Hello and welcome! We are Small and Mighty, and today we're going to be playing some D&D. How are we all doing, guys? We're all excited?
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Alright, so, as always, the plan is we're going to play for about 2 to 3 hours, short break about an hour in, but as always, this is improv and D&D, so who the fuck knows what's going to happen? It could all fall apart. We'll have to wait and see. So, just don't hold us to that. But we will swiftly jump into the session. First of all, I just want to talk about the inspiration token. So Brask still has it this session because last session he didn't get a chance to use it. We're going to trial having it roll over one time. So you have one more opportunity to use it, Brask. If you don't use it, you lose it. But give you a second chance on that one. But cool. All right, we'll go straight to the recap. So to recap last session. We picked up last session with Brask trying to get the party arrested, as he had very recently learnt that they were using magic illegally and needed licenses to do so. And not really understanding the process in which someone gets a license, Brask took off running down the street to try and find the nearest member of the guard or something, which he did find very quickly. There were several members of the guards, which he was running towards. And flagging those guards down, the guards turn around and basically saw him as a threat and started attacking him and trying to protect the other citizens, which were Chad, Tarly, Pebble, etc., from the threat of the Draken running down the street. You swiftly dealt with them, disarming them and trying generally to be non-lethal in your approach, which Brask took in a certain light. He wasn't sure that was entirely legal actions. But Pebble followed those guards as they retreated, and upon eavesdropping a conversation, learnt that they were bandits or thugs, masquerading as the guard to shake people down. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Pebble was there, a individual arrived on the scene to bring calm and order to the chaos. A certain Constable Christmas. In reality, Christina using her disguise self spell to turn up as a member of the magic police, and in doing so deputized Brask so that he was in charge of all magic use in the party and would swiftly stop trying to arrest people. He was given a sort of a deputy's badge, a note, which just literally says, I cannot read this, but play along that this is a deputy's badge. So if Brask ever presents it to people, they will know exactly what to do. And a sense of calm was brought back to the party for a little while. You all went back to the pub, had a little moment of calm, food, drink, that kind of thing. And Chad and Tarly sort of stepped aside to have a sort of heart-to-heart moment, in which Chad completely confided in Tarly that he has been inflicted, cursed, diseased with vampirism. That he killed Dimitri, or did something to Dimitri. He hasn't been seen since, and Chad doesn't quite remember exactly what happened, but he knows he definitely drank his blood. And basically explained to Tarly that he doesn't want to be this anymore, or at least doesn't want to do this, and has asked Tarly if they can help him prevent from hurting another person. To which Tarly essentially said that she will do her best. You parted ways for the night and went back to bed, and Tarly had been for the last couple of nights praying for guidance from their deity, Intin, and walked in and found on her bedroll a childlike drawing on her bedroll, left by seemingly no one. There was no windows, no disturbance in the room, just this drawing, and in a very stick figure-like way depicted Tarly and Chad, and then there was a word of protect between them, and then on the other side of the paper there was an extra figure clad in black and purple robes or capes, with these long spindly claw-like fingers, and it just said bad guy. So that's where we left off last session.
That was a good transition from the close-up.
Excellent
to the
transition.
main.
Yeah, that's good.
This stream is brought to you by Billy.
That's what we need. We need some sort of transition between the recap and the start. But yes, no, we do pick up there. So it's a brand new day. You've all slept, so if you haven't already, press long rest.
All right.
Sounds
Press
waiting.
long rest.
Just in case.
People in the chat, press long rest with us.
Yes.
Well,
Everybody gets
Yeah, can everyone give us a long rest in the
give
chat?
us a
Come
long
on!
rest.
Yeah!
Long rest!
Hashtag long rest.
Riz-
Spam your long rest emojis! Come on! Yeah, we can do this!
sure.
A lot of weird energy in the group
Lovely.
today.
There is. And I love
Long
yes.
rest!
it. Oh dear.
Just a quick question. So, Chad, do you still have that Dreamcatcher that Tali made for you?
Yes, that's yes. I tried to give it back, but it was declined, and
Yes.
I keeping it.
So, yet again, you have an incredibly peaceful night's sleep. This again sense of like almost like a parental figure looking out for you as you slumber.
I will say everybody in the party has one of those, so in theory, everybody
Ooh.
gets
Yes.
a great night's sleep.
They do.
Yay!
Yes, you all have wonderful night sleeps as well, but it's more pertinent for Chad, I think. But you do know everyone has these lovely night sleeps. You dream of what is pleasant to you. So Pebble, I imagine, is cooking. Brass continues to have dream about glorious battle, etc., etc.
Magic, please!
Yay.
Oh yes. Brass dreams of chasing down magical criminals and arresting them.
Ah,
It's like an 80s
good.
cop show, but with Brask.
Who'd be your buddy cop?
The pug.
Yes.
Spud.
Listen in the pug.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Pebble would be trying to train Spud into,
Okay. Well, this might turn into what about I'll
Keeping
come to. So,
healthy.
just for the sake of a bit of flavour and a bit of character building, I'd like to go around all of you and just ask, what is your morning routine as you wake up this morning? We'll start with Brass since we're there. What does Brass do in the morning as you wake up?
Not much. He just sort of sits up in his bed and he's like, "Oh, I'm awake now." And he goes to find food and eats until everybody else is awake. He wakes up very, very early at the sort of crack of dawn, because he's in his society. If you don't eat first, you don't eat.
Yeah.
So he's used to waking up super, super early and getting to breakfast. But so he's sitting there with all the food, but he's also trying not to eat it all before everybody gets there. He's not the strongest in terms of self-control as Brask.
No,
Trying to
I
fight
like
back
the thought
those.
behind it.
Yeah, those instincts of like I need to eat first, but then also like, although it's still I need to eat first, it's also I don't want to eat other people's foods. There's this kind of like duality. I like it. And it is
he's
strange.
just sort
like,
of.
Go on.
So I was just gonna say, like, if you imagine it like a big plate full of food, he's like divided his section, and he eats that, and then for every like 5 more minutes, he's like, okay, maybe just slither more. No, that's enough for everybody else, right? That's fine. That's fine.
Yes, amazing.
Maybe just a little welfare.
Little affair.
And it's strange. Like obviously you are used to waking up at the crack of dawn, like you say, and being in a city and inside buildings, it's almost hard for you to kind of get that sense. Whereas before you lived in like essentially a marshland with very little like trees or high rocks and stuff like that. It was very easy to see the sunrise. There was not a lot of things blocking it. But here in the city, there's obviously buildings, and the fact that you're inside a building. So although you do wake up at the crack of dawn, it still probably is weirdly later than what you would have done traditionally. And I imagine, maybe not like you're not getting frustrated, but there is kind of this strange confusion about waking up in the morning. It's unclear to you how and when you should wake up, and you notice sometimes the sun is higher in the sky than sunrise, and you're like, oh, there's a strange thing about getting used to that. But yes, okay, so Brass, all gone.
I was just saying, you know when you sleep over at a friend's house and you wake up first?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically Brask right now.
Yes.
He has no idea what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and like obviously you come down to the kitchens. When you get there, you notice that Helga isn't there. The kitchens are empty. The pub hasn't even been opened yet, so there's no people around. It's just empty. But cool, that's what you're doing in the morning. Chad, what does Chad's morning routine look like?
Chad has spent his whole life being woken up by his servants, and he has obviously spent the last however long on his gap year, and spent lots of that hungover. So the combination of both those things means that he's not used to having to open up his own curtains in order to wake up. So he sleeps in significantly later than certainly than Brask does.
Yeah.
It takes a very, very long time to do that. He is still quite sort of disciplined when it comes to those sorts of things. So he'll be getting up and he'll be doing some stretching and stuff. Probably doing a bit of working out. Some fantasy calisthenics.
Yes.
And some push-ups, and he's probably installed some kind of pull-up bar in a doorway somewhere.
Yeah. You've
and
got
there's-
boxes of leeks and potatoes, and you manage to get a bar across them. You're pulling yourself
Yeah.
up on it. Yeah.
and he and he does his pull-ups and exercise on that shirtless with his bedroom door open in case anyone walks past, just so that he can not to catch
Oh,
anyone
boy.
particularly.
And
It's just-
immediately adds 1,000 to whatever number he's on with.
yeah.
Yes.
1,000,003.
Yeah, but he does it.
203.
He does it wrong, and he adds 1,000 to everything. So he's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Well,
and then it's a bit of a. Oh, we just lost Ryan.
You've lost Ryan.
We have.
He's back.
he's a beautiful gramophone now.
You've
Oh,
lost Ryan.
he's a
Hang
gramophone.
on, Ryan.
He's back to being a gramophone on the stream, and now he's in.
There we go.
Hello.
And then I've got a question, which is what kind of washing facilities, what washroom facilities does the Five Fellows have?
That's an excellent question, Will. that I have not considered until this point.
Is it like a communal shower? Like, do you have to like queue up and then wait for the shower, one shower for everybody, or is it like a bath?
It would probably be a bath, considering the sort of time period this is in. It would absolutely be a communal one. So yeah, there probably would be some sort of kind of, I guess, washroom / utility room on the upper floor where your rooms are. But it would 100% be a communal thing shared by everyone and also Bachard.
Yeah.
It probably is a big copper bath in it, which is needs to be filled from somewhere.
So Chad would be the most annoying person in the world because he would be all stinky and sweaty, and also all the smells of having been sleeping, and then all that stuff, and then would then be queuing up if there was a queue for the bath, and then would then be running himself a nice long bath to start off the day.
Absolutely using up all the hot water and
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So that's what Chad. So Chad basically spends most of the morning sleeping in, and then the rest of the morning working out, and then the last part of the morning into the afternoon washing himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool.
Okay. Christina, what does your morning routine look like?
Hi. In the back of my brain, what would be the D&D equivalent of waking up and scrolling TikTok for an hour before actually getting up and doing things?
I mean, the easiest version of that is you still have your magical book, which you've obviously been pouring hours and hours and hours reading. So there's that kind of thing. Trying to think. There isn't really an equivalent. I feel like there needs to be.
Is there a noisy grandfather clock in your room that you then just you watch it ticking and talking?
Oh, I know. I have a cantrip called Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Which is you can do make little sparks and little things happen. So I'd probably do that for an hour, just poof, and rainbow and.
Yeah, and
Oh,
imagine
I'm
as
gonna
you
warm up my bed.
as you're doing the little spark stuff, you do see that Dotho in their cat form is running around chasing almost like a laser pointer and running
Yes.
around the room and chasing it. So you basically spend an hour playing with Dotho, who is very interested in it, and it's kind of interesting because as you kind of move the thing around, maybe there's some chairs and stuff, and you watch as Dotho instead of running around them, will just kind of run into it and they'll turn gelatinous and move through it and kind of
Well,
because their
Two
form
style.
is not limited to the normal physicality of a cat, and you just unusual movements it can make. But yeah, you basically spend an hour fascinating yourself by by doing that.
Yeah.
Cool. But I imagine eventually you make your way down for some sort of breakfast or something, or are you like Chad in that you
Yeah.
don't turn up until lunch?
I eat my breakfast.
Okay.
Sort of like coffee.
Yeah.
Or what? Is there an equivalent to coffee? Does that exist in D&D?
Yeah, coffee can be a thing.
Nice.
I do that.
Okay, you don't have the coffee. Cool. All right. Pebble, what's your morning routine like? I would feel like I know what yours is going to be already, but go on.
Yeah, mine. I mean, I think we did explore a little bit last session, accidentally, didn't we? I dodged the gaps in my room because my room has like every other plank of wood missing, which is great.
Just make me an acrobatics check.
What? We've never done that.
We haven't, but
Okay.
we're dwelling on this moment now. So
Too late to start doing that.
Acrobatics.
yeah,
Fantastic. Well, it's a 10.
10. Okay. So you do at one point like kind of get your foot through a gap, and you have to like pull it up, and
Oh no.
you don't like fall through the floorboard, but there is a case of like you slip at one point. You downstairs, Brask, can see that Pebble's foot
Just
falls through a crack at one point. But
Great.
you do make it more or less incident-free.
Nice.
Across and into the hallway.
Yeah, no, and yeah, apart from that, I guess like I don't know if my room has like windows or anything. I don't remember.
You have a window. Each of the rooms have a window.
Just contemplate the view, which is probably another wall.
Yeah,
but
it
just
leads right directly. It's one of those, basically you look out there that you can see right across the alleyway into another building, and it'll be another. You know those like you see like old Victorian buildings where they have like a painted sign on it. It'll be someone's like horseshoes or something like that. That is the view you see.
But it doesn't matter. Like Pebble is like stoked of being there. Like yeah, like I've made it to to the big city. I am useful to society, whatever. Then I go downstairs. Probably Spud would. What's like Spud's dependency towards me? Like, does he or she sleep with me, or
Spud will
does
be
he
thinking
like meander around? Oh right,
mostly. He probably does, and it is a he. Yeah, doesn't meander around a little bit, but
right.
roll me a
does-
d20 for Spud, by the way, as he attempts to navigate
Yeah.
the
Oh
floorboard
Christ.
situation.
I'd be
Oh,
real
no.
confused if he falls to the floor.
Does it fit though? 11.
11. Okay. You have a little bit of
How
difference.
much HP does Spud have?
We
find
don't
out.
know.
But luckily, he's doing a better job than you are right now. So you watch as he's kind of happily
I'm kinda
bounding
jelly.
along, and like
Neat.
you do watch as one point it looks like he over jumps and looks like he's going to go for the gap, but then just about makes it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, I don't know, compared to the rest, I don't know what time I get up. Probably early-ish. Not as early as Brask, for sure.
Yeah, you're a farm boy. I imagine you get up pretty early. Like that's instilled in you.
Early-ish. And also
Yeah.
I have to, I have to do pub duty because I want to, like chef duty.
Yep.
And help Helga and all that.
Yep.
Yep.
By the time you go downstairs and go to the kitchen, which is, as you say, sometime after Brask, Helga is in the kitchen.
Yep. Just play along as if she was, responsive.
Mhm. And as you walk in the kitchen, you do hear once again that kind of slight grunt, that kind of like
Nice.
grunt of hello,
Nice.
some
This-
form of acknowledgement.
I guess it's pretty clear. Like, does she like my company, or if she's
That
bothered by?
roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I was thinking.
That's not so clear. You've made progress in such that she now acknowledges you being there.
Wow.
You don't know.
18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
You get the feeling at the moment it is very like neutral. It's not a like or a dislike, but there is obviously an acknowledgement, which is an improvement in itself from
Cool.
previous. But yeah, you don't currently know if she likes or dislikes, or kind of is very nonplussed about the whole thing.
That's all right. And then I probably like after having breakfast, after preparing stuff for potential guests, I would probably hang out with Spud or the rest of the gang.
Yeah, I imagine as is your nature, you probably start making breakfast for everyone. And, like you're probably the one who makes the coffee for Christine.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do
Coffee.
accept work there, and eventually when Chad turns up near lunchtime, you give him food.
Neat.
Athalia, what does your morning routine look like?
Good question. Okay, Tali probably wakes up fairly early. Wakes up early, does a little bit of praying, a little bit of like kind of meditating, right? Praying for guidance in their day and the safe passage and safety of their companions, and then meditating on like just to be calm, to be centered, and to try and figure out what we're gonna do with Chad specifically today. How are we gonna help Chad? And then she probably spends a little bit of time because I'm guessing in the loft. Is it a small room?
It's a very small room, yeah. So your room is about half the size of most everyone else's rooms.
How tall? How high is the ceiling?
That's the one thing. So your ceiling is probably higher than most because it is a triangular roof. So it gets shallower towards the edges, but towards the height of it's probably near 10 feet tall at its highest point.
Okay.
There was obviously beams and platforms above and stuff like that. But
yeah, she'll probably practice a little bit of like using her glaive a little bit, right?
Okay.
So
cool.
to get her form correct and to be good.
Yeah. Okay. Just make me an attack roll out of interest.
Sure.
Let's see how well you do, because you're testing a long weapon in although there's a lot of height, there is again lots of support
She's
beams.
very slow, but yeah, I'll roll.
Yeah.
I'll roll. Okay. A 2 plus something, but I assume. Well, I mean, it's a building. I don't know what the building's.
No, it's fine. Just
7 then.
7. Okay.
What's the pub's AC, Adam?
No, this is more about showing the form. So it's funny.
Okay, it's bad.
Yes, you're trying to test your form of motion, and you keep accidentally bumping into these pillars and the support beams, and you can't quite you're not damaging the pump particularly, but it is cases the back end of the glaive it's in the way, and it's interrupting your flow, and it's something that you are struggling with more and more in the city itself, as it is closed spaces and small alleyways, and a glaive is a very large weapon, so you feel like this is something you might need to keep working on.
Okay, that's fine. But she does that and then probably heads downstairs.
Okay,
Cool.
So yes, eventually it will make your way down to the common room, where you can see that Pebble has made a spread of food. What kind of food would Pebble be making?
I don't know. Is how affordable is sweet stuff in this period slash place?
Yeah.
World, yeah.
It would be quite hard to get hold of. It's one of the things where probably people like Christina and Chad probably grew up with a lot of sweet stuff and accessibility. You growing on a farm, it's one of the things where fruits and veg and stuff like that you probably actually had more access to than would be typical of your family's social standing.
Yeah.
But here in this sort of the poor district of Dowbridge, very hard to get hold of.
So what's
not impossible.
What would modest breakfast look like? I mean, I'm imagining some oniony, veggie, I don't know if broth or medley or saute or something like
a
that.
broth probably, maybe a couple of rashers or bacon or something like that, and some bread, probably a little bit stale. It's that sort of thing. It's more considering you, especially for you guys who are you're not eating 3 meals a day. You're typically eating one big meal, and that kind of will sustain you for most of the day.
So that's
it's very much they're very hearty, carby, heavy meal. So it probably is breads and soups and a little bit of meat and stuff like that, cheese, that kind of stuff.
Onion is a lifesaver. Onion, yes.
Onion, yeah.
Onions, sorry.
You have all that with coffee, which really gets you going in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, something like
Onions and coffee.
Onions and coffee.
Everything you need.
The combination.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can see that also at this point where Bajad has come down at some point in the morning and sitting there. He's reading a newspaper and drinking a mug of coffee as well.
A mug of onions.
A mug of onions. Onion coffee.
He's just, reading a mug of newspaper.
One teaspoon of coffee and 1 teaspoon of onion gravy.
Another teaspoon of newspaper.
Bajad is downstairs, right?
Bajad is downstairs, yes.
I'm guessing he'll be there when Tali gets down.
Yes, yeah. Bajad is fairly well regimented in his morning routine as well. So he will turn up somewhere in between all of you, probably after Pebble, but before Chad and Christina entirely.
So Tali is feeling a little awkward around Bachar at the moment because of what Chad told her. So she's gonna kind of go over to Bachar and just ask if he's. Hey, Bachar, have you heard anything from Dimitri? He didn't seem to be around.
No, he puts the newspaper down and is like, no, I've been asking about with some of the other people who come in, but it happens occasionally. It's one of the unfortunate things about looking after some of the downtrodden is that sometimes they just stop coming, and you never really know why. He was, well, not old, like I explained before, but he was obviously haggard and weary. It might just be that his disease took him, or maybe something more unfortunate happened. But no, I've been asking, and I'm not washing my hands of it. Like, I'm going to keep asking about, but it's hard. I don't even know where he stayed at night. I can't just go and find him.
Yeah, that would have been my next question. But did he have any friends here?
We're going to do Brusk.
I was going to ask if Bros can hear this.
Yeah, like I imagine in my head you're all sitting around the same table while this conversation is going on. So you would be able to hear this. But in answer to your question, first, like, if he did, he never spoke about any of them. He never spoke, as you know. Well, that's not quite true. He used to speak when he first started coming here. That slowly faded away. But no, I'm not aware of any friends of his. I imagine any friends might have been factory workers like he was, who probably ended up a lot like he did. If while you're out and about, obviously you hear or see anything about him, do let me know. I'd like to know what happened with him.
Do you have anything that did he carry anything on him, like something, like an object or something? Because it's possible I could maybe try and find him.
Let me have a think about that one. That's a good question. Let Adam have a think. Brass, did you want to do something while you were listening to this conversation?
So yeah, Brass would. He's horrified to hear of somebody needs help. He's sitting around eating onion bovril. He's gotta get out there and help. So as soon as you mention the factory, he's gonna be like standing up at the table and being like, "To the factory!"
No, Brass, we don't know. He's not at the factory. Brass, Dimitri didn't work there anymore.
I don't think he's been at the factory for years.
Somewhere else.
Right. We have other job postings, right, Richard? Like, there are other people who might need us.
Yeah, I was going to say we should have a look at the board. I think there's been a few postings up there in the last day or two. So we can have to take a look at that in a second. But I think Brask, for the moment, absolutely I want your help. But I think the best way you can help is by just keeping an ear out while you're going around town looking for him, because I don't know where he's going to be. So just keep a lookout.
Brask kind of.
Yeah, go.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Brass kind of nods and he starts keeping an ear out instantly, even though he's just in the room.
Gets lower to the ground, starts sniffing the floor.
Yeah.
In a true fake fan fashion, Unai is gonna ask now, not Pebble. Why is Tali again? Why is Tali weirded out by Bertrand? I don't remember what.
The out of character, Chan told Tali that he killed Dimitri, and Bertrand's sad because Dimitri's not here. And Tali feels very conflicted because he wants to help Bertrand, but then doesn't want to tell Bertrand that Chad killed his friend.
I didn't remember that Chad told specifically that it was Dimitri. Cool.
Yeah, essentially Tali is concerned that Bertrand may not take the news quite as gracefully as they did.
Of course.
You don't know, obviously, but Yeah.
Chad's gonna come down and appear like in a film, just like perfectly timed. That conversation comes to an end, and Chad comes out. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. Oh, excellent. Onions.
Onions.
Love my breakfast onions.
Just eats it like an apple.
Yeah.
Well, fair. Chad is in the room that has all the boxes of vegetables. I almost imagine Chad walks down the stairs eating an onion like an apple.
Yeah. Huh.
Just got like a red onion. Like, they don't taste like they do back home. Just expecting it to be an apple.
It would definitely be a red onion as well.
And so Chad's come down and he's all larger than life. Can Tali insight check Chad? Because like, how's he doing really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is this a facade or is he?
Is he feeling this much better?
Is it a facade? Sorry.
Insight. 13.
13. I mean, this is for you to say, not me, Will. So, but I'd say with 13, obviously, Tali gets a fairly decent, glean into Chad's mentality. So, how is Chad doing?
Chad, I think you're now getting to the point where you're realizing that a lot of Chad's sort of bravado and pomposity is a smokescreen, and it's kind of like what he puts on. But equally, a lot of it isn't.
Okay.
But he's genuinely well rested. Was genuinely happy to see everyone and having a nice time, but also is putting on a bit of a show.
I imagine for Chad, there's obviously the element of putting on a show, especially for the other members who don't know what's going on. Absolutely. The other part is having had a very good night's sleep, but also having had confided in someone about this issue. You're not alone in it. It's probably taking a bit of a weight off your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So a bit more of the old Chad personality can come back again because suddenly this burden has somewhat been alleviated.
Wouldn't Chad be a little bit wary of Bertrand as well?
Yeah, there might be something like the bolster's all there, and then you have like a glance at Bertrand, and maybe there's like a moment of pause.
Yeah,
before you then continue again.
But he's on the whole, he's certainly acting more like his old insufferable self.
Yay!
Back to form. Awful.
Yes.
While the bolster is having Bachard just say, just tell you before we. There was his I think occasionally I saw him he had this harmonica, kind of like a brass harmonica. He never played it, as far as I could tell, but he usually had it on him. It was like the only thing I think he had of any real possession left, apart from the tattered clothes on his back.
Is there it would help if there was like a picture of it, or if you could just describe it. Is there anything unique about this harmonica?
You'll describe its best ability. Like it's a brass harmonica. Probably looks like it has some sort of like ivory handle on it to hold or something like that. Like there's a few, but the details are very vague. Bertrand admits that he never really saw it or Dimitri play it, so he just occasionally sort of like when Dimitri was like pulling things out of his pockets, occasionally this would come back out and then be put away again.
Oscar's in the middle, just sort of nodding and listening intently, even though he has no idea what a harmonica is.
Yeah.
Okay, that is helpful. I likely won't be able to find it, try and find it today, but I'll definitely, when I have some spare time, maybe you can see if you can find where he went.
Just knowing that, you're looking is good enough for me. Again, I don't. It's happened before, and to a degree, being a dwarf living in a largely human city, has a certain degree of familiarity with people passing away.
Why?
I live longer. Well, I live longer than they do.
I'll
live 3 times longer than they will, so I'm going to see it, and I have seen it. It happens. But I'd like to know that he at least wasn't shanked in an alleyway, that kind of thing, if possible.
Well, I will do my best.
Had's gonna only just hear the end of that conversation, be like, Oh yeah. Oh, what were we talking about? And then sort of like have like a moment of oh yeah. Yeah. Anyway, great onions.
Picks up another one, takes a bite out of it.
That one wasn't right.
Anyway, should we let's get off a potentially somber subject, and how about we go have a look at the job board, see if what a new day brings for Small and Mighty.
Yep.
Although I do, well, I guess Tali might try and grab Chad just like as we were sort of walking out. Like, Chad, if you wanted to, I could check if you have, you haven't been feeling well, lately. I could check if you have a disease of some kind, if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I mean, my ribs still
Oh, that's
not
true. My
doing
leg
too-
also
too
still.
great, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How's your leg?
It's okay. I'll be fine. But
Okay.
we should speak to Pebble. But I can
Yeah.
check if if you had any kind of poison in your system or disease that maybe made you feel a little
Of
unwell
course.
the last couple of days.
Yeah.
We will need like 10 minutes though.
Absolutely. Now?
I mean, we could maybe go with the with everybody and figure out what we're doing today, and it might take us some time to get ready, right? So then, we can do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think and he's gonna really appreciate it. Thank you. It's gonna be like really, really sincere in a way that's quite uncomfortable.
It's fine, Chad. It's fine. I'm here to help people.
And there's tons of like some time. Like you figure you'll have after reading job postings have some time to act upon it, unless Brass tries to run out the door again.
I mean,
But barring that situation, you imagine it's unlikely that it's going to be urgent that you have to charge off.
We're gonna get stuck in a cycle of every couple of sessions. It's just gonna be Brask just charging out and stuff, and everyone's like, "No!" And then we just go round and round and round.
You have the advantage of Brask. Can't read the job board by himself.
Nah,
Yeah.
true.
That is the one advantage. That's the card you have to play.
Very good.
It's a case of like, not telling Brass about the job until you want him to go, because it's a very potentially useful tool as well. But and it's funny saying that because so Bajard goes and gets the keys and unlocks the pub and starts opening up the pub while you guys walk out. And I imagine Brass is the first person to get to the job board.
Mm.
And what
Yeah,
you see,
he's-
Brask, is as you run up to the board, you see 3 pieces of paper
Wow.
with some writings on them. One has some pictures on it too, but you're like,
That kind of language.
so Brass obviously gets it first. And Pebble and Christina, were you heading there as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, let's get roll 20 up, Hunai.
There we go.
There is
Oh,
no real shortage.
now we're talking. Boing. Right. That makes sense.
So
now.
if you zoom out a little bit, Hunai, on roll 20, zoom out a bit more.
But I want.
Well, yeah, but if you look,
right. I
There are
understand.
3 job postings, kind of.
There we go. Ish. That'll work.
Yeah. So you can obviously zoom into the one when someone starts reading it. But you see 3 job postings. You see what looks like 2 letters, and then what appears to be very obviously some sort of flyer. I'll say Tally and Chad have joined at this point as well, so you can do with that what you will.
The
Lovely.
flyer is this one. Okay. So,
I like how one of them. I've got a tech question. Do typewriters exist?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Right.
One is very clearly written on a typewriter.
I was about to say that's a very specific choice.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah, one is handwritten, one is on a typewriter, and one is not a job posting. It is an advertisement
Is it
for the circus.
tight?
But the circus,
Right.
however, should be familiar to all of you.
To all of us? Shall I zoom into
Naughty circus.
Let's zoom on the circus
that?
first.
Wow, zoom in the circus and zoom.
So you see a poster that says, as you can see here, Cirque du Sotis presents the Midnight Circus. Don't miss out on the show of a lifetime. Tickets are 3 seps each. 1 week only, and you are basically in the middle of that week. And doors open at midnight.
Nice.
And you will all remember the Circus Sotis from all of your session zeros, student degrees. So for Brask and Christina, you ended up in the circus and you freed a bunch of animals. And for Chad, Tali, and Pebble, you were down at the docks and you found a ship that was bringing a strange, large bug creature known as a Jagala, and they were trying to sell it to the circus.
Big bug,
Yeah.
big bug, big bug.
Just to clarify to the people, this is a session that we didn't stream.
Yes, session
And
zero
we
was
did
not
that on
streamed.
purpose. Cool.
Yep, it was a trial session for everyone, but yeah. And let me
Big
just find
bug.
what.
Big bug, big bug, big bug.
Yes, in terms of today's date is the 16th of Seeds.
Right.
So
This...
basically, this week
Oh,
only,
that's
the circus is open every night at midnight.
nice.
That's the first thing you see. So, is anyone out of interest? Any reactions from the group?
I go, no.
Well,
so-
Tali is like so if people are looking at the circus ticket, she's like kind of taken the typewritten flyer and she's like intently reading it. But that's
Yeah, so are you reading it out loud?
no.
For the sake of the stream,
I can read it out loud.
Read it out loud,
One of the characters can ask me to read it out loud.
Yeah.
That's
either way,
fine.
read it out loud for the sake of the stream, and then
Yeah,
we can
okay.
decide whether or not Tali does or doesn't actually read it out loud.
That's fine. Good. So it says, "Small and mighty, I have need of your services in dealing with some unsavory individuals. I have recently purchased a derelict public house with the intention to renovate and reopen it as a successful, profitable business. However, what the previous owners failed to mention is that the property is currently occupied by what seems to be an infestation of squatters. The authorities have advised me that they themselves cannot enforce any evictions at this time due to staffing issues. So I find myself turning to your establishment instead to negotiate for a quick and legal resolution to the issue of the aforementioned squatters. I am willing to offer 1,500 steps for your expertise in these unusual matters. The property is currently called the Gilded Eel, which you will find situated at the centre of a cul-de-sac to the northeast of Lowbank. Once you have completed the task and send me a wire at 11-0273 to inform me so, I will then meet with you at the property with payment. I'm eager to begin our project, so I ask for your swiftness on this matter. Thank you for your time and professionalism. Sylvester Parkhouse.
Sylvester Parkhouse. And you do see that the actual that name is handwritten, where the rest of it is typewritten.
Cool.
So was that written? So I was a little bit confused. Was that read out loud in game?
Let's just say yeah. Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
say yes.
Chad is immediately going to be very, very interested in that for a number of reasons. Not only because it's dealing with low lives, and helping out a fellow upstanding member of society, a fellow presumably noble. It's dealing with all that. Does Chad recognise the name Sylvester Parkhouse?
Oh, that's interesting. Roll me a history check. The other thing that stand out definitely to Chad, but also to all of you as well. The monetary value for this is 1,500 seps. That is a hell of a lot more than the first job you did, which was 250 seps. And even with the bonus you got, that ended up being 500 seps. So this is 3 times more being offered than you eventually ended up for the last job. But what did you get, Chad?
6.
6? No, you do not know that name.
That's very...
You're more familiar with nobles and the haughty people of Riverdan. People in from when your knowledge of Dowbridge is odd in that there's a lot of there are nobles, but there's also a lot of like new money, so successful businessmen and things like that, and that makes it harder for you to know the up and coming and who's who in this city.
Chad's probably in that case gonna quickly kind of cool on the enthusiasm based on who Sylvester Parkhouse potentially is, because he doesn't like new money people that much, and the fact that he doesn't recognise him means that he might not be a proper nobleman.
Proper nobleman. That's
so
fine.
What's Chad's reaction? He's like, oh, or what?
I was kind of like, oh, well, I've done. It was like, huh. clearly an upstanding member of society, but I don't recognise his name. Maybe he's... No, surely he's a noble. Surely he's a noble.
Does it matter?
Oh,
They're
does it
in
ma-
trouble.
Does it matter? Yeah, Tali.
Chad.
Tali. Some things you just, you know...
Brask.
Yes.
As you say your name, Spud then barks.
Neat.
And of course, Pebble, if you've got Speak with Animals on, you 100% know that he said his name.
Yes.
Excellent. That's just gonna make Chad lose his train of thought there. That's
Yeah.
Okay, good.
yeah.
Yeah, the laughing was in character.
Yeah.
Says his
Yeah.
name. You're like,
And how does Brass react to the laughing?
He's unsure. He thought he was
Like, yeah.
contributing.
yeah.
Holly takes a
Yeah.
deep breath.
Neat.
I
And
didn't.
Christina is. Oh,
What?
I was gonna get Christina to weigh in on this. Be like, I've partied with squatters in my time. I know how to get on these people's level. I think it's an easy job. It's a lot of money, so should be a day going down, having a chat, the money, we all that. What's a good one? I'm not bothered where he's from or what he's up to. It's Sylvester, so that's my 2 cents there.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you have maybe skills with these people. I was going to say it seems like this person is the most in need of help right now. So
Just a minor note that the bit in the note where it says negotiate for a quick and legal resolution caused Brass to immediately pull out and brandish his badge.
Yeah.
Have we? 1 second. Has anyone else inspected the other note?
Nope, no one's gone for it yet, so
Okay.
Pebble can do that if Pebble would
yeah,
like to.
Pebble will do that because Pebble. What Pebble is concerned about is, but I don't know if Pebble expresses this or not. Pebble is concerned about what to do with the squatters. Like, they might be in need, and we might not be. We might not be equipped for solving those needs. So basically, we're just contributing to the problem of the city. Although, would Pebble know that 1,500 septors would be like enough to get them going if we shared it with them, depending on how many they are?
Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely would be helpful. Like, you wouldn't be able to buy my house or a place to live, but in terms of food and like clothing, you definitely be able to set them up for a good while. You might even be able to do something like buy them train tickets to send them to another place. Like, yeah, that money could be obviously wouldn't like make their life, but it would put them up quite far.
Cool.
Depends on how many squatters there are, obviously, and things like that. That doesn't have
Okay, since we haven't really read the other note yet, I'm gonna hold on to that thought for a bit later, and I'm gonna read the other note.
Go for it. So Pebble
What?
takes the other note,
And I'm
and
gonna
also
submit
you read out loud as
one.
well, for the sake of...
To be delivered to the HQ of Mul and Smitey. Pebble pulls a face, like, what? Do you yearn... How is that even pronounced? I'm not English. Do you yearn for adventure in locations most mortals dare not tread? Do you crave the honor of battling the heathens of the netherworld? Are you looking to make quick cash in a short amount of time? Then does Norman & Sons have the job for you? One of our shipments has very recently been delivered to an incorrect address by accident and needs to be retrieved. The location of the delivery can be accessed via the manhole cover on the corner of Cotton Mill Lane and Brushington Road. Once our shipment has been retrieved, we ask that it's returned to its originally intended destination at our corporate headquarters in Hamicott Square Market. Upon delivery, a payment of 600 scepters will be dispensed to the courier. We look forward to doing business with you soon, F. Norman.
Does Tali
It's
In the chat,
No.
Norman.
who Norman and Sons, like, if they seem to be a company, like, have they heard of them?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. Ooh. That is a... When I find the modifier? An 18.
18. Okay. So with an 18, no, you're not aware of a company called Norman and Sons. What you are aware of, however, is that Hamicott Square Market is obviously a marketplace full of small stalls and a few sort of brick and mortar shops. Not many. There definitely was nothing there that would have counted as a corporate headquarters. So you wonder if there's a bit of kind of like Chad's bravado going on here.
It is
Someone
very
bigging
suspicious.
themselves up.
It is very suspicious
Wait,
because
does it seem bigging themselves up, or does it seem that they're just straight up lying?
Our corporate headquarters,
Because they're
which
quite
may
busy.
look like just a box, but really.
Yeah, but like, because if the company doesn't exist,
Yeah.
then it could just be like a trap, right? People are like, please
Absolutely.
come into the sewer.
Absolutely. So, I mean, without someone to insight or anything to look into, it could easily be, a bit of column A, bit of column B.
Okay.
This could be a trap, as you say, or this could easily be someone who is lying, or just someone who's, incredibly ambitious.
who delivers?
There's a lot of options here, but you do know the Hamicott Square Market bit does kind of speak to the fact that this probably isn't just it probably isn't quite what they're claiming to be.
Yeah.
The other thing that stands out to you, obviously, from reading this letter, is that the mission, the job, is to go into the sewers.
Yeah,
And
it's
when
like
you compare that to the places where mortals dare not tread, again, there's a lot of that kind of Chad-esque bravado going on here.
right. It's weird. It's like who accidentally ships something to a manhole. It's like no, it makes no sense. I want to avoid this, and yeah, Pebble is like, nah, this is what is it? What even is this?
No one seems to. I don't. It just seems strange. I've never heard of these people, and they want us to go to the sewers. I don't.
It also occurs to you that on that job posting, it
Well,
does
my
not
team,
mention
yes.
what the shipment is or how you would recognise it. But you do know the Hamicott Square Market is, you've been there recently. Like, it's only down the road. You could easily go there and
Well, the manhole
find it.
isn't.
The manhole isn't, but the actual place that the headquarters is, you could go to.
Yeah. Also, who calls the sewers the Netherworld? Yeah, it's not very nice. And I certainly don't want to go there, but it's a strange choice of words.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's not very nice to call it the Netherworld.
Insult to the
Insult to the
Netherworld.
Netherworld.
Is the Netherworld a like a phrase like hell? For,
Is it like a religious thing?
Yeah, is that a
Yeah,
religious
that's it.
thing?
You can probably
Like
get
a
a
proper
history
illusion.
or religion check. And
Can I roll a religion?
Yeah, go
Where
for
are
it.
we going with this? I love it.
Is it
Yeah,
flat
is there
roll,
a
Charlie,
portal?
or is it?
Yeah.
After you, Tally.
Tali, you can have advantage since you are of a religious type.
Yeah.
I'm doing history because for the sake of
Yeah.
natural one, fantastic.
Oh boy, that was just
Awesome.
bad all round. And 9.
9, okay.
Chad got 11.
11, okay. And Pebble got a 1, that's fine.
Mhm.
So Pebble, that
No.
Netherworld is a word you've heard before, but beyond that, there's a level of what Tali will know by default, and then Chad, the same sort of thing. So, the Netherworld, it is a name for it. It's not. This setting has a hell equivalent. It's a place called Umbral, and the Netherworld is sometimes used to refer to as Umbral, but yeah.
Mm.
It is a place of devils and demons, where when people die, bad parts of their soul go to and are trapped there forever, etc., etc. So that is sometimes referred to as a netherworld, but then also other things can be likened to a netherworld, and as clearly here, the sewers are being referred to as a netherworld.
So either this person has literally found a portal to the Umbral in Dowbridge's sewers.
Yep.
Or they're just massively building up what the you know, trying to go wading in some sewage for a bit.
Can I make a dirt check? Like, how dirty is this note? How, like, poorly...
Roll me an insight check.
Yeah.
Vibe
'Cause-
check.
Yeah, vibe check on this
A
note.
vibe check, yes. Oh no, it was gonna land on the 16, but it landed on a 3, plus 2, 5.
5.
It's a note.
It's a note. Like you can
Oh.
see, the handwriting is very like. Although this obviously is quite neat on the version I've made here, the handwriting
Yeah.
itself is a bit shaky and a bit wobbly. It's not like a very. Chad will be insulted by the form of the handwriting. It's
Oh.
that kind of thing.
Do you know,
And
I
you can
mean-
see it's smudged in places. Like it looks like a very dirty note.
Do you know what? Like, not Pebble, but Unai is insulted by the fact that this is not a properly inverted comma. No, it's fine. Sorry.
Wait, what? What have I done? What have I done?
No, you haven't. It's fine. It's the vibe of the note.
Oh, let's
I'll
find all the
explain
double
later.
spaces that are in there. Go on.
No, I was just like being shitty for no reason. Sorry. No, but I don't know if Pebble suspects, or it's just me. I don't know if it's very in character to suspect that this is the vermin tending as a
You
trap.
can absolutely like things like that. Like
The Mervin, not
He-
the vermin.
nothing. But yeah, what Unai thinks, Pebble can easily think. Like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make you like for as far as like your suspicions about things, like that's 1-to-1. Like I'm not gonna make you roll to see if you have the same suspicions as you
Fair
do.
enough.
Like
I think, Pebble would, Pebble's gonna say, like, could this be those weird, people who were capturing gnomes? I don't know if I know them by Mervin. I don't
you
know
would,
if-
yeah, I would say everyone knows them by the Nervin.
'cause
You
they
would,
were-
like, you did ask Burchard about them, and Burchard did
Alright.
say that they mostly live in sewers and abandoned buildings.
Fair enough. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. for
And
me
you've seen
to-
them in an abandoned building,
Yeah.
and now there's some sewers.
So yeah, I basically tell the rest of the party, hella sus in it. That exactly like that. No, but yeah, I express. This might be the Mervin tending us a trap or something. Doesn't it sound like? Doesn't it read like extremely suspicious to you?
It does.
Yeah.
It could be legitimate, but you're right. It could be a trap. Again, I think this Sylvester seems to need help with their problem, and maybe we can help the squatters if they're in trouble. Maybe we could find them a better place to be. And they do stress they want it to be dealt with quickly, and I don't. I feel like if we don't help the squatters, then maybe someone will deal with them in a
Bad manner.
less nice way. They might just kick them out, right? They said that they tried to do that already, and that's maybe we can see what's going on.
Pebble's gonna turn to Tally, and particularly so that Chad doesn't hear this, he's gonna say like, "This is a lot of money. It would, it will help the squatters try to find a new life." Yeah.
I don't want to hold up the progress of this, but can I roll to see if Chad hears?
Mate, yes, do it.
Yeah.
I need it.
You are all standing quite close together. To have for Pebble to have a private word with Tali is not the most subtle thing. So yeah, definitely a chance that Chad could hear that.
I mean that's a 6. So
No, Chad does not hear it.
yeah,
Yes.
Chad's gonna be like, yeah. Well, I think it's pretty clear that we should go and kick these lowlives out of this upstanding
we don't know.
upstanding gentleman's building.
We don't know what's going on, Chad. They don't necessarily low life. They're people. They might need help.
Yeah.
Tarling.
Chad.
Tarling. Chad's about to make a point about like upstanding members of society don't squat, and then realizing that he has been squatting quite recently, and he's sort of gonna have a moment, sort of stop himself and be like,
Okay.
"Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, let's
We
go."
don't know people's situations, Chad, so let's not judge them before we meet them, okay?
Yeah, you're
Chad,
right, you're
Chad
right.
probably does 1,000 squats every morning, doesn't he? Joke. Sorry.
3,000. Come on.
Ah.
Anyway, good. So yeah, I think Sylvester needs our help.
We should probably prepare a little bit. Pebble, if you wouldn't mind taking a look at my leg, that'd be.
Oh yeah, and obviously Chad's rib, was it the rib, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you.
I'm not asking in character. I'm asking.
Yeah. So yeah, roll me medicine checks to see how you get on with it.
Medicine. Where is it? So 2 medicine checks coming up. First one for oh my god. Okay, before knowing the results, the first one I was gonna roll for Tally and the second one for Chad because it's the order in which.
Yeah, that's fine.
The first one
That's
was a natural 20 plus 4, 24.
Wait, how many is that now? Is that 2? Let me double check. It might be 2.
I think it's 2 at this point.
so close.
You need to find a place to note that down, don't we? Really?
I write it on my notebook,
Okay.
so it's okay.
The one for Chad is a 7.
So that's still there. So
Oopsies.
Chad, you only have the one success.
You tried.
In character, I think Pebble is still a little bit afraid of Chad because obviously he knows. I mean, he doesn't know as much as Tally. He doesn't know the Dimitri thing, but he knows or he suspects of the vampire stuff. So.
Yep. Okay. Is there anything else you want to prepare before you start to head off?
I want to ritual cast detect poison and disease.
Yeah. Okay.
Chad.
So while basically Pebble obviously helps you with your leg, and then once you're doing that and Pebble's attending to Chad, you can be casting ritual cast detect poison and disease.
Yeah.
Read me the spell. What does it do?
For the duration, you can sense the presence and locations of poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You can also identify the kind of poisonous creature or disease in each case.
Okay.
It's blocked by some barriers, but I don't think that is relevant.
Just when we get to that point, but you let me know. What does it look like when you set this ritual?
So Tally's gonna go back up to her room and get some incense sticks, and sort of set them up. Or she might get the incense to put in I don't know what it's called, the censer that you can wave around. And then she's gonna kind of walk sort of around Chad, drawing runes with the smoke.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So while you're doing that, you're sort of doing it, probably chanting a little bit and praying to Tin. Brask, roll me an insight check.
Oh, nice, Brask.
Got a lovely 20. Not
20,
natural,
okay.
but we've got a 20.
So as you're sitting there, you're preparing, everyone else is preparing. You do pick up on the fact that Tali is casting magic.
Nice.
Oh. So Brask will just sort of go and stand directly over it. And he's just gonna look down and be like, take out his note.
How tall is Brass? Because I'm pretty sure Tally is the same height as him.
Brass is 7 foot tall.
Okay, he's a foot taller. Fine,
Yes.
It works there. Fine, it's fine, but it's good. Yeah. Hey, Brass.
Is this magic legal?
Well, yeah.
This is the weird contradiction of Brask, because he's enforcing the law, but he has no idea what the law is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is legal.
Well, okay then. Keep it that way.
I will.
You are.
Bye. Feel free to watch if you're worried. Like I'm just
I
making sure
love
Chad
that
is
it's
okay.
that simple.
It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's innocent. It's pure.
Can I roll to see if I understood that she was lying,
Yeah, roll an
or
insight
whether
check.
she was lying?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Insight. Oh, 8.
Hey, okay. That's fine. So, yes, you 100% believe her.
One sec. I mean, it's not.
No, it is.
It's not
It is
necessarily-
actually no. It is actually legal. She's 100% because
Yeah,
Thing
yeah.
because she's a
it-
godling,
Oh,
so
true.
she can do magic.
Yeah,
It's
that's
legal.
what I was gonna
I was going to say
bring up.
the fact that Brass rolled low enough doesn't matter because it's more complicated than that. Like Tali does believe that it is in their right to cast magic,
Mhm,
whether it is
of
legal
course,
or
of
not.
course.
So that was what Brass would have picked up on. But
Okay.
Brass didn't roll high enough anyway, so it doesn't matter. Brass thinks this is fine, regardless.
And now everybody knows how easy he is to convince.
Yes.
Anyway.
Was I
Yes.
around? Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
you were there.
was,
You were
I was
hitting
fixing.
Chad at the
Okay,
same time.
so
How's
Pebble
it
is
going?
gonna be
Everyone
like,
Oh,
well,
right. Yeah. Good to know.
yeah, good. Fantastic.
Brask will just slip his note back into his pocket, back into the fold of his little loincloth thing.
I imagine. I shouldn't speak for other characters, but I imagine Christina going like to all of us, like yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Bless Christina.
A silent prayer to Constable Christmas, like thank you.
So yes, yeah, Pebble would definitely go
Yes.
like, good shout.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know Tali saw through the Constable Christmas disguise, but I'm not 100% sure if
Oh.
Pebble or Chad did.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
I thought we all did, and we all were just like, don't tell him.
It's fine. We'll say that.
Don't,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, I can't remember what we said. We'll definitely say that. At the very least.
I think Tali told Chad
Okay.
that it
That
was,
was.
but I don't
Maybe,
know
yeah.
what Pebble.
So maybe Pebble doesn't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
The important part is Brass doesn't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So yes, you can't detect poison and disease. Chad is completely healthy. There are no poisons or disease affecting Chad.
Oh dear, is that a bad news? Well,
Hmm.
Makes things more
interesting.
mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably
This
no
is
like
like a-
what possible things it could be, right? Like she knows it could have been a poison or a disease. I'm guessing. Like I don't know how. What are the other options that she would know about?
Pretty much the only other option that comes to your mind is a curse.
Okay. Okay.
Or Chad is lying and isn't a vampire.
What?
Oh.
'Cause realistically, apart from the sharp teeth, you haven't really seen any evidence of Chad being a vampire.
Okay. Fair.
Well, equally as well, Chad could just have wanted to just go and bite someone.
Or just murdered them.
Yeah.
Oh man,
know,
wouldn't it be? Oh, that's such a
casually.
cool. That's such a cool character concept. Just like someone who just murders people. It's like, no, but I'm a vampire. Oh, I can't help it. Oh no.
Oh, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Who has like prosthetic fangs? Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be so good.
Just sharpen the teeth down. But yeah, so
A
there's,
weird
maybe like there's
episode
a,
of House.
yes.
Adam, we definitely should have done that. That's even more interesting.
Retcon.
Yeah.
It went black when you bit him anyway, so who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, so your thought goes to if it's not a disease or poison,
Oh.
likely a curse. But there is this niggling doubt at the back of your mind that also maybe Chad is just lying.
Hmm.
Neat.
Like he's all about bravado and this kind of caricature. Like maybe the vampire is just something like a lie to win you over.
Ooh.
And as you're thinking that, I imagine you sort of look over at Chad, and he's just gonna like.
I didn't hear what.
As,
Oh,
what,
yeah.
as you're thinking all of that, he's just like he's oblivious to what you're thinking, he's suspecting that, and he's just like.
Oh, that's cute.
Well,
Chad is giving you an
And
instant
maybe he just
smile.
shows his teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe he just showed his teeth with
Yeah.
Verity.
like.
Oh no, we're missing Verity. Verity, come
A little
back.
bit.
Oh no, I'm still here.
Okay.
It's
Yes,
okay,
we
I'm
can
not
hear you.
going anywhere.
What
We
were
can
you?
hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear
Hooray!
you.
What,
Just the
what were you
webcam's gone a bit
saying?
funny.
What were you telling us?
Okay, cool. So yes, you're having this, and yes, you do discover it's not a poison or a disease, which is good and bad.
Charlie will tell Chad, like, well, it looks like you don't have any diseases or poisons.
It looks
which
like
is-
you're lying. No.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. That's good news, I guess.
Yeah, means we've eliminated possibilities.
The
Narrowed it
mystery
down.
thickens. The thick plottens.
Yes, the thick buttons. That's an internal reference. Never mind, chat. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
Uh,
Oh, gone.
So, has everybody collectively decided that we're doing the first job posting?
Seems that way.
That basically. Ask like whilst you're all doing this, then Ask is basically just going to stand there holding both of the postings if he can, because they are 100% equal in his eyes.
Oh.
The amount of money doesn't make a difference. Like the potential injustice doesn't make a difference. So he's genuinely very torn about what he should be doing.
Oh dear.
So like as everyone's like getting ready to go, he'll like almost like like he's trying to process it, but he can't, kind of thing.
Pebble's gonna go as well towards. I mean, if Pebble notices, does Pebble notice?
Yeah, I don't think this is a subtle
We're
thing.
gonna-
Like, Brass is holding the two pieces of paper, going like, ha, ha, ha. So, yeah, that's easy enough to spot.
He's also probably holding them upside down as well.
Oh, so cute.
He can't be reading them both.
Yeah.
He just knows that they both represent two injustices
Yeah.
of some kind.
Out of interest, obviously, Brass can't read it, but anyone explain that the other thing was a advertisement for the circus?
This is
It's true. Maybe he's got the third one like in his tail.
Yeah,
Oh,
because of the three jobs, the circus is one that's more familiar to Brass as being certainly non-just.
I'm gonna say, did anyone read it out as well?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah, did anyone read that one out?
That would probably just appeal to him because of the pictures.
we were.
color. Oh, he's colorblind. Maybe not that.
I mean, the other thing is also, if no one read it out, Brass, you could ask for someone to read it out to you.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
think
true.
by the nature of it being a flyer, maybe everyone looked at it, read it, and ignored it.
I mean, this is
That's
maybe what happened in the conversation we were about to have with Brass.
Yeah, so let's say Brask is standing there holding both of the ones that we read, and then the third one kind of comes up in his tail, and he just sort of holds it out in front of the group, being like, "So much crime."
Brass, are you okay, bro?
How do we choose?
Okay. Look. So
Who do we
Okay.
help?
So this one, and so Tali points to the one that we kind of, as a group, think we want to do. So this person needs help, and they say they want their help quickly. So this one, they seem to be in the most need, and they need it fixed quickly. So that's the first one we do. This other one.
What's this one?
So that one is a flyer for the circus that's going on.
And Brask
But-
hears the word circus. Like he's like holding it out, and his tail instantly just kind of goes
But
around it.
but the circus is on. The show is happening for a few days, and this person needs help soon, quickly. So we can always come back to the circus after this.
So we let the circus be bad. Or
Well, it's all about how how much people need help and if they need help quickly. Because sometimes, if someone is really sick, Brath, and they might die, you need to help them quickly. But if somebody, right? No one is.
How do?
No, it's just an example. It's an example.
Don't do that to me.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. It's an example. But if somebody is just again an example, just hungry, then they still need help. But they can wait a little bit because this person is the hurt person is more important. So in the same way, this person needs help soon, and we know what the problem is.
Throw an extra spanner in the works here. Something else that would probably occur to Brask, and I imagine this is all like hitting him at certain moments because he's overwhelmed, is the other job posting, the one that everyone thinks might be a trap. You would have heard Pebble say this might be the Nervim. You remember the Nervim? They got away from you, and they're kidnapping gnomes.
Bless.
Yeah.
Chad's also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go.
Chad's gonna go in. Chad's now realizing that he's not sure if Brask understands time as we do.
Maybe.
Chad's gonna be like, all very good points there, Tali. Very, very good points. Brask, do you know what the word midnight means?
Midnight means.
No, just midnight.
Just the word midnight. Yeah. Yeah. Not the both words. Just what the word. Do you know the meaning of the word midnight?
Like a medium night.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I can solve this. Chad. Not Chad. Brask.
Oh no.
I'm just always thinking about himself.
Yeah. 100%. Brask. Yeah. We don't have to do the circus. Isn't open until much later. Until like when we usually go to bed. So we can do all this. We can go and get rid of these low lives. I mean, people who need help. And then go to the circus. How about that?
So we'll save everybody.
We could do it all. You know, we could have it all. We could do it all. Yeah. You know, this doesn't have to be just one of these. You know, if we work hard, if we stop all wasting our mornings, you know, standing around chatting, says the guy who got up significantly later than everyone else and wasted everyone's time. You know, if we all stop wasting our time and got on with this, then you know we could do all of these today. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna
Can
say.
save everybody.
Well, this last one might be a trap. We don't know.
Yeah.
This could be someone not telling the truth.
So that is true. Yeah.
We must be careful with this one. We don't know if anybody needs help.
Nice.
The paper said.
Yeah, but the person who wrote the paper could not be telling the truth.
If it helps, do you want to have a look at the city map? Because then you can start seeing where some of these locations are located.
Tali doesn't really. I mean, we can,
Fine.
but it's not. It's not.
I'll swap it over to the map just in case you want to have a look, because that might help inform some of you.
Sponsored by Roll20. Sorry. the logo appeared.
Basically, what Brask is coming around to is understands there is a certain way to do it where everybody could be saved, every injustice could be corrected. They have to start now. But he wants to be sure that that's the way to do it.
Mhm.
So he's gonna basically ask everybody to swear that they will save everybody.
Ask. I will. Tali will. But also, we must make sure to rest. Because if we don't rest, we can't save people effectively. We can't be good at that. So we also have to take care of ourselves. We have to sleep.
Just teaching him about self-care.
We have to sleep in the nighttime so that we can be better at saving other people.
So we sleep at midnight.
Well, maybe not at midnight, but we can go to the circus at midnight. But we should sleep. Yes. We can take some time to rest. But we will do all of it. Is that a deal, Bra? That you will sleep? You're not gonna try and stay up all night? Because that we won't be able to help people if we don't rest.
Ask is gonna process for a second, then sort of look up at Tali, and in classic Brask fashion, he's just gonna be like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
Suddenly start charging off in a direction.
Nice.
Not necessarily the correct direction.
Oh,
Just out the
Whichever
door and
way
off
he was
into
already
off into the
facing.
streets.
Yeah.
And I think with that, burst through the door, that might be a nice place to take our break.
yes. Because we have expanded ourselves a lot. Right. So we shall see you fine folk in chat at what time?
35?
Very good.
35.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a bit.
We'll be back in a bit, indeed. If this lets me put the countdown that we will. Yeah, we will be back in 12 minutes.
Back. So we pick up exactly where we left off with you guys heading out the door and off to adventure. So the map is up in front of you. Where do you want to go?
Well, to
The crime.
the Gilded Eel, I believe.
Gilded Eel.
Gilded Eel.
La, la, la,
Yep.
la, la, la.
So you'll make your way across town to the Guild Eel. No worries. So it's not even that far from the Five Fellows, really. So obviously in the actual game you don't have a map like this, but you talk to Bashar, and Bashar just kind of point you in the right direction, and you start making your way there. In terms of travel time for you guys, let's have a look at it. It's like a 5-minute walk away,
Nice.
practically, through some alleyways and back alleyways. So Bashar sets you in the direction, and you make your way there. Obviously,
I've got a question.
for
Sorry to
it.
interrupt. I've got a question about the rail track. Is that, do we
Yep.
cross over it or under it?
over it. So there is not like a bridge, but it is there's a certain platforms. Like when you have crossings, you have bridges, and they just go and you just walk across it.
Yeah.
There's a distinct lack of health and safety in this city, so it's very much like there's just a track there, and you can just walk into.
Oh, so it's like when they have the barriers, but there's no barriers there. When
Kind
you
of,
get
yeah.
the track and then
Yeah.
they close when the train's coming.
Yeah, your only warning of a train coming is a train is coming,
Nice.
which I'm going to roll for. So your train.
Oh
But
no.
I'm assuming trains in this age will be quite loud, so I
Yeah.
feel like we'll be alright.
They'll be very loud, and actually, you have been told when they arrive, if you remember, from the train guard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have.
There's basically two trains. There's one very early in the morning and one very late in the evening.
Okay.
One goes down towards the coast, and one goes up towards the mountains.
Neat.
Might be the same train. It just goes all the way up and down the country. Not sure. But anyway, there is no train at the moment, which is fine. Yes, obviously this is not the longest walk, as I say. But is there anything you want to be doing while you're traveling?
Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What does Pebble do with Spud?
That's a good question. What does Pebble do with Spud?
Does Spud want to does Spud want to come along? Would Pebble want to?
Unless you try and stop Spud will be trying to follow you.
Oh,
That doesn't mean Spud
Tali
should come with you.
Make the point of Pebble, we don't know where we're going might be dangerous.
Yeah, okay.
Is it?
I'm gonna try and tell Spud that I'm gonna set up some bowls with food and stuff to drink for him to survive. Onion. Yeah, basically onion. And
A
tell
bunch
him,
of onions.
I am leaving, but I'll be here soon. Please don't be afraid. And give him a little hug.
Cute.
Oh.
So you do that. That is lovely. So cool. So you say bye to Spud. Spud reluctantly says he'll wait. Then is pleased when you give him loads of food and onions to eat, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, boss, I'll be right here. I'll be
Nice.
guarding the onions."
Good. You can eat them as well.
Oh shit! And just jumps into the pile and starts devouring
Right.
them.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a very stinky pug when you get back.
He just mushes
Will?
his face against the onions and just goes like hind legs in the air, like.
I've just done a little Google. Apparently all parts of an onion plant are toxic to dogs.
Yep, good. So you'll find out how this
Oh,
goes
no.
down.
Oh,
back.
dear. Pebble doesn't know that. Can we arrange
no.
this to not be the case?
Oh my god.
Fine, now when you get
Yeah,
back,
would likely kill him. So maybe we don't use onions.
Okay,
Consumption of as little as 15 to 30 grams or kilograms.
I didn't know
this is a
dogs.
PSA
Dogs.
from Small and
Yeah.
Mighty.
Don't
Oh my
feed
God.
your dog
Right.
onions.
Please don't
Wait.
give your dogs onions.
for the first time in one Matey's history, we're gonna rewrite it. Rewrite history.
Little retcon. It's a pile of potatoes instead.
Yeah, something normal for dogs, I guess.
I mean,
And
also,
dogs eat-
it's,
They are omnivorous, so
Providing
will
they can
be
eat
able to
them.
some of our food.
the obvious choice for Spud would be to eat potatoes.
You should
That's-
never
Yes.
feed your dog a raw potato.
What really? Well, stop.
We eat some unnamed food that is suitable for dog
Yes.
consumption.
You
right?
leave the dog with food.
That's all.
Done.
That's all
I'm
we
not-
ever need to know.
I'm
okay?
not gonna kill
They
the
can be
pug.
boiled. They can be boiled potatoes, right?
Whatever. You tell Bachar
Yes.
to boil some
Yeah.
potatoes. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Or Helga.
Oh, that's true.
Pub I used to work
the
in.
chat has told me purify food and drink. That's what we need for the.
Nice.
For the yeah.
Excellent.
Very nice.
He wants to stay behind and cast that for the pug.
I'm not preparing it, so not me.
Uh,
The pug will be fine.
yes,
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
This is it. Yeah.
The pub I used to work in, you know, like the little like trough at the bottom of the pump to catch the off. They used to give that to dogs because it makes their coats real shiny. So maybe we'll come back and Spud will be gorgeous.
Nice.
Maybe.
Drunk.
Maybe. Maybe.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yes, I'm not going to kill your pug. If you leave the pug behind, the pug will be safe.
You won't
Good.
kill the pug
If you
whilst
take
being
the pug
dumbass.
with you, then that's a different story. So
All right.
Cooked.
Fantastic.
go on, Will.
What we're good. This is an our PSA. Cooked potatoes, fine. Cabbage, absolutely fine. Carrots, beans, peas, and sweet potato, also fine.
Good.
Good.
Okay, so you give,
Very
you
good
give
to
the
know.
So
pug
they
some
all have to be
combination.
cooked.
So you're making your way across town.
Oh, God.
Tali does want to have a chat with Christina as we make our way.
For some reason, I'm imagining Pebble is explaining this to the whole group as you're walking. Like,
Yeah.
by the way, I didn't give him onions. I gave him. This is the conversation you're having. But
Yes.
Go on, Tyler.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Tali would pull Christina aside and be like, "Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for helping us yesterday." Bless you.
Yes.
He's allergic to
Pulls out a tissue.
I'm very sorry for laughing, but it's just like the stream. I just switched it to like a big close up of Christine. I'm sorry. Sorry for that.
Carry on. Yes. Game. Or play. Fun. Good.
Good.
Tali said thank you for helping.
That's it. How about let's restart that conversation?
Okay, okay.
Yes, because everything
Hey,
was.
Christina.
This is the
Just
session of
wanted to
retconning stuff.
So thank you for helping us yesterday with our, you know.
Yeah. No worries. I
Yay!
mean, well, we couldn't just not have magic and have the police get involved. I mean, I run into authorities many a time, and they can be a bit sticky, especially, well, it's fine magic where I come from. It's all good. As long as you're not doing anything illegal with it, like stealing or murdering. You know, all the normal things that are considered bad. It's fine, you can use magic, but not... I don't think that the police around here would be as lenient as the ones at home. So I had to do something.
Yes,
And my grandma's book has been very helpful. I think I'm getting there with the magic thing.
Okay, this is good. I'm very glad. Yeah, if you need any you want to talk about it, I'm here. We can talk. But I'm glad to hear it's going well.
Yeah, I've done my reading for the first time in my life. I didn't think I could remember how to read when I went to school, but turns out I can. So, got all this in my brain. It's amazing.
It's great. Well, I'm glad. It'd be bad if you couldn't read and you had a book, but you can. So it's all good.
All good.
Good.
I can write. I didn't think I'd remember how to write, but I can.
That's even better. Then you can read and write. That's the most important skills. Yeah. Good. Okay.
What's something that's really funny about
any of this?
Also, I do have a question for Adam.
That's fine. Roll perception check for Brask. What I was about to say, what's funny about that conversation is that Christina actually has the highest intelligence in the whole group.
Oh,
Amazing.
Most of you are like 12, and Christina's got 18 intelligence.
Oh my god.
Christina is just like I imagine Christina as someone who's like not manners-wise not very educated, but other than that, she's like banging. Right?
Wasted
Sorry,
intelligence.
sorry, I was just looking at an 18 intelligence.
That's a lot.
Damn.
Christ.
Street smarts, not book smarts.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's incredible.
I think she's just sort of squandered it, really.
A kid that would never study but still get top marks.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
That's it.
what. Party hard, work hard. Hell yeah.
She's also got 17 charisma.
Yes,
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
that's the party hard part.
Yeah.
yep.
We work hard. We play hard.
Brass, what was your perception check?
It was 21.
Oh,
I was listening intently to what you guys were saying. You didn't say anything that I think Brask would actually put together.
yeah.
But
there was-
he's not aware of Christina having any involvement at all.
I mean,
So that's
Christina wasn't there, so you know.
Yeah, so it's more confused him than he's understood it. But he's
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say though, Brass, with a 21, as you're trying to it was like you. I don't know if I'm listening to this, but your ears prick up. You don't have ears. Anyway, you catch his attention in the conversation. You're listening, but and then you start getting a bit confused. And then as you're walking, obviously, it's past midday by this point. The streets are fairly busy, but you do just catch your attention that you get the feeling that someone is following you. We'll come down in a second. Tyler, what do you want to do?
Well, because Christina was talking about how back home, which I think we've established as Southern Costrand.
Mhm.
Yeah. What does Tarly know about Southern Costrand? Because there might be some interesting things.
Roll me a history check.
Is it a history check, or is it where?
I mean, you'd know some things inherently, but a history check will see how much more you know.
Is it a flat roll?
Just a regular history check.
9.
9, okay. So it's not something like you grew up in North Costrand.
Okay, well, nobody knew that, but yes.
That's fine. The party don't know that.
It's
But,
fine, yes.
You grew up in North Costrand, so your knowledge of South Costrand is somewhat marred by the fact that you essentially fed propaganda. And it's like, it's propaganda. Hello, cat. From traveling outside of Costrand, it's propaganda, but the problem is you don't really know much about the real place. So you know that it's an evil, independent state that's ruled by powerful magic users, and they reject the abbey, and they're all heathens. It's essentially what you know of it.
Yep. Okay.
And that the two the two Kostrans have basically been at each other's throats since the Civil War a couple of decades ago. And that Civil War is what actually split the country into two parts.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I guess Tali is kind of she's done a little thing. She's like, I mean, does it not get out of hand, Christina, with you have magic and not you don't have the Abbey. How do you make sure everybody is not doing bad things? You have magic but you don't have the Abbey in where you're from. So how does that
Nah. History check.
Yeah, you want a history check to see how it works. I mean, what you know of the Abbey is the main religion that most of the continent of Arnhem follows. Is just your society basically rejected the Abbey because the Abbey is what teaches people magic is bad and evil. So your people rejected that, and basically, you're kind of an atheist society in that sense.
Yeah.
But what did you get in your history check?
Just to, I guess, sort of get a sense of what Christina makes of Abbey.
Yeah. So yeah, roll me a history check. And
14.
14. Okay. What you know of the Abbey, and it's limited because essentially the Abbey was removed from your society before you were born, so you've kind of grown up in this atheist society. But the way people talk about it is that it was very limiting. It limited the potential of people, and like your society has thrived since magic has been freely allowed. It's the point where like the street lamps people use in South Kostrand are magic. They are eternal fire. They don't use fuel. They don't use things like your society has been enhanced greatly by magic. So the Abbey is. It's not like you think the Abbey is like evil or anything. It's basically the Abbey is archaic. It is outdated and no longer needed, and it has just withheld human and mortal advancement. Is how you see it. In terms of Tali's question of like how do you stop people getting out of hand in your society? People just do. Like there are good people. There are obviously criminals, but those criminals go to jail, and magical criminals go to the same jail as regular criminals do. It's just a society. Like Tali's question almost doesn't make sense to you.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna reply. I mean, it's fine to believe what you believe and live your life how you live your life. I've not seen any kind of major like chaos or disorder. Just a normal amount of disorder you'd find anywhere else, I imagine. No one's people aren't getting murdered left, right, and centre. There aren't buildings on fire all the time. Just like once a year, maybe.
Yeah, if anything, you've seen far more crime in your time in Dowbridge than you have growing up in your hometown.
I've seen far more crime in Dowbridge than I've seen in my time growing up.
Do you like teach people to use their magic, or do they just figure it out by themselves, or?
Well,
yeah, there would be like schools and
Yeah.
like tutors and stuff like that.
Nice.
after school clubs
Hogwarts.
is
Sorry.
what I'd go with. Yeah, but my family sort of, we've had magic in our family for generations. Through the amulet, of course. I think they're trying to get on the side of other nations that, well, reject magic, and so they've also rejected magic. I never learned how to how to use it. I was surrounded by it as like when I go out the house and be in society. At home, it was very like frowned upon to be around people who use extensive magic, and to be associated with it. So the amulet was just going to become a relic until my grandma somehow spirited me away onto this quest. So I think she has something to do with it.
Cool.
Interesting.
And all
Maybe
that.
did you learn? If you're not from South Costrand, like how did you learn magic?
Well, I suppose it's not that much of a secret anymore. I grew up at the Abbey, so the Abbey taught me a little bit. I also just sort of it's not, you read your book to learn how to do your magic. I kind of feel it. It's in my nature, because I speak with Intin being when I work, do their work, so I just am magical, I guess.
Cool.
Oh, you just know a spell.
I just,
and just do it.
I have an intent. I feel like I want to heal someone. I want to trap someone. I want to do this, and I just listen to kind of my gut and what would Intin do, and I just kind of do. I don't think too much about it. I just do what kind of feels right.
Mm-hmm.
So the magic is you, like it's given to you by Intin, or?
Well, I mean, Intin gave everybody magic. They've been around for like a long time, and they are the reason why we have magic at all.
But I don't understand. Oh, is that Costrand? People took magic into their own hands, and felt that the Abbey and what like them saying, "Oh, we're doing this for Intin, like we're doing it for our
no, the Abbey,
spiritual lord."
No, the Abbey doesn't. So the Abbey, mostly they care about the 7 gods.
Right.
Intin is not a god.
What is it then?
Kind of an entity outside. They don't want to be a god. They don't care about the politics of being a god and having to deal with other gods. They just they exist. They are like a force of nature almost. They exist. They watch over people, try to make sure people don't get taken by Falsh before they, before their time. Make sure Falsh doesn't get out of hand. Falsh is the thing who takes people when they die.
Right. So I guess if Intin gave everyone the ability to do magic, we all have a bit of magic inside of us. I'm piecing together that's in conflict with the Abbey, and the Abbey's trying to like stamp it out.
Well,
Be like,
sort of.
no, you can't use magic this way. You can't use magic that way. Got to do this. And all these other people who are not religious or like part of the Abbey are like, you can't use magic like this. You can't use magic like that. But all I've known is people. My mum and dad were like, you can't use magic at all. But I have seen many people in my life just be like, got magic, gonna use it, to be helpful. How it's like the world has people with different opinions. Crazy.
Yeah,
I love how that's the conclusion of that large, insightful rant. Is people have different opinions.
They do. They do. It's why I'm not still at the Abbey. I don't. I don't. The gods are fine. They help. They help some people, but they don't quite incorporate into that. So it puts me in a slightly difficult, a little awkward position. But I don't think magic is inherently bad.
No, it's good. It's like cool.
It is, but I do think you have to, be careful with it because it can be volatile. You can do things you don't mean to do with it. So.
I mean, I murdered 2 people. Nervim. Oh, are Nervim people? That's something I'm going to be pondering for a while.
Yes. They are.
Well, I'll promise I won't have another existential crisis over this because it's happening now.
It's fine. Like, as long as you continue reading your book, right, and you seem like you're getting a better handle on your magic, and you can do more things, and that's great. And you should continue.
I will indeed.
Good. Okay. I'll leave you to ponder. Don't want to.
Ponder existential.
I don't want to give you too much information at once. I know this can be a little much for some people.
I was just.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I just wanted to say this.
Good.
This was supposed to be a 5-minute walk. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're having a 5-minute chat.
Yeah.
This is an
We're waiting for a train. It's a particularly long train is going
Yeah.
past this whole time.
That's
We're back on that
it's
one.
really,
There was
it's
a train.
really interesting. I mean, I'm having a little fun with this, so it's fine. Don't worry.
It's a make-believe game. It's fine. It'll take as long as it needs to. They're still talking, so you take a longer route. You keep walking around the same block a few times.
Yeah, we just the rest of us are kind of like, right, yeah, they're still talking. Okay, right, yep, cool. Let's just carry on going around.
But no. But meanwhile, while that conversation is going on, yes, Brask, you do get this weird sense that someone's following you. It's almost like you like the breeze is like flowing behind you, and like there's a scent, and there's one particular scent you're not familiar with the scent, but the scent is still there, present. And just every time you turn a corner, move, that scent still seems to be following you.
Is it? Can I gauge from the sort of intensity of it the distance?
Roll me. Let me get a survival check.
Ooh, survival.
Don't get them very often.
Not in a city.
Oh.
If you're out in the wilderness, you'd probably get tons of them, but
I got an 8.
not sure. It's clearly someone behind. It must be close enough that you can smell them, so you're probably looking at within sort of 30 to 40 feet, you think, in that kind of range. But it could be actually closer than that. It could be a little further away than that. It's in that kind of realm. They're not 100 feet away.
Are we likely to round? Are we like about to round a corner of any kind?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you would do that on your journey. So
what Brask will do is, like, as soon as we're around the corner, like, he'll walk around the corner very casually.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we're around the corner, he's gonna like try and scramble up the building that we've just gone around.
Yeah.
To like peek over the top of it and get a view of who's following us.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to roll me an athletics check to try and climb up a building.
Athletics is. It's a 10, but you know what I'm gonna use.
Hey! Hero moment. You basically watch as Brass sort of there, there's a wiggly tail, and just basically jumps up most of the wall and like clambers up.
It might even be like so like stealthily and effective as like Batman style. Like maybe you guys don't even know where I've gone.
I was about to say, like, you guys all walk around the corner and you just hear this faint like noise, and then you look back and you realize Brask isn't there anymore.
Amazing.
And yes, Brass, like, apart from your party members, like, no one in the street seems to notice or anything like that. Now you're up there. Roll me another perception check. I'll give you advantage on this one for the height benefit.
Yes. Perception. Oh, so the first one is 6. That is not particularly useful. And the second one is a natural one.
Hey!
A hero moment. It's like
Okay.
a face full of
Fantastic.
building, and that's all I can see.
I mean, so I will give you something, at least, for the sake of that. But it's hard. Like, looking for the crowd, like, especially now you're higher, like, it almost seems like that scent isn't carrying anymore. But you scan through the street, and what you do spot, in a kind of roundabout way, is that there is no one, like, who's just out in the open following you. You get this feeling that whoever is following you is also being stealthy about it. They are clearly trying to hide themselves, so they're not being seen. You unfortunately don't spot them, but yeah, like whatever it was that's following you, everyone else just seems very casual and very walking around. You go, it's almost like you notice the absence of someone obviously following you, which leads you to believe that someone must be either like they could be magically invisible or just very stealthy themselves. But you don't spot anyone.
And this is something that only Brask feels, right? Specifically.
So Brass got this sense when he was trying to not
Right.
eavesdrop, when he was listening in over the conversation that Talia and Christine was having, and then obviously has ran off up a building. Which I say, like I said, you do notice that Brass has gone up a building, so you can respond to that part.
I think Pebble is gonna be like, Brask, what are you doing? But trying to keep it low.
Yeah. So you whisper up a building.
Yeah, like,
But just Brass, you hear this for the sake of keeping things going.
Yeah. So Brask will, like, because there's nobody particularly obviously pursuing, what he'll kind of do, if he's able to, is like sort of army crawl along the building alongside the group, and he'll whisper down to Pebble and be like, "Act natural."
Yep. So your Brass says that.
And it's like, you know that bit in, this is maybe niche, you know that bit in the first Suicide Squad movie where Killer Croc goes in the water? He's got this really weird floppy walk on all fours. That's what Brask is doing along the building.
I'd like to speak on hopefully everyone's behalf. No, I haven't seen that film.
I certainly haven't. But I can imagine a floppy walk. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
floppy
that's
walk,
not
yeah.
outside the realms of my imagination.
It's sort of like crocodile-y.
Yeah, I get it.
Just low to the ground, doing this
it's
sort
all-
of thing.
Okay, so you're trying to try and keep pace with the group, but on the roofs.
Yeah, not necessarily keep pace, like maybe slightly behind, but sort of not getting far away from them.
So I tell you what, roll me a stealth check. So because you're basically trying to, hide on the
one
roof.
with the roofs.
Yeah, you're trying to catch out who's following you, basically.
Wow,
Become
man.
the tiling.
A 10.
Okay.
Really wasted that hero moment, didn't I?
Can Chad do a perception check to see if he's noticed?
Yeah, I mean, yes,
But-
obviously, Brass's behaviour is unusual enough that it can obviously put all of you a bit on edge. So yeah, roll a perception check.
I'm definitely on edge as well.
I'll tell you what, everyone can roll a perception check.
Yay!
Alright. I don't know how long
Oh,
I'm being
come
chatting
on.
away.
We'll say this is happening at the end of that conversation.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. Just ignore that.
Because it's just rolling 0.
I've got minus
Oh,
one
boy.
perception.
Yeah, this is the funny thing about Christina. I noticed is when Christina is the most intelligent in the group, but Christina is also the least wise in the group, which is where the perfect balance comes in of her character.
Yay!
Good.
So yeah,
That's
Christina
so
basically,
funny.
while everyone's checking around to see what Brass is going, and Christina's continuing that conversation, not realizing, like, oblivious to the fact that Tali's gone off and started looking for something. So we're looking around. You start looking, and like you probably, apart from Christina, caught the fact that Brass said act natural, but you do kind of almost like looking over his shoulder while you're doing
Yeah.
it, not really acting
So-
natural.
It's that like, don't think of an elephant.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, damn it.
But you all look around and
I did get a 23.
Wow.
I missed that. Okay.
Yep.
So for the most part,
I got
Okay, because yours
14.
isn't on D&D Beyond.
Ah,
So the
I
rest,
rolled the
most
real
of you,
dice. Yeah.
no, that's fine.
yay.
So most of you are looking around, going like, "What is Brass? What?" And you notice Brass, like you can clearly see Brass crawling on the roof. You get to the point where like you feel like it's only a matter of time before like pedestrians start noticing Brass crawling along the roof. And you've seen before that the common folk are unnerved at the best of the time by Draken, so you're not sure this is going to go much better. But that's where you're distracted. Tali, however, in the madness that's going on around you, you do spot, peering from the very corner of an alleyway
No.
behind you, there is a
Better not-
person.
Better not
Watching
be. What are they wearing, Adam?
What are they wearing?
Better not be who I think it's gonna be.
Who's it going to be, Sarah? No. What you see is
Billie Eilish.
you see
The bad
what appears
guy.
to be bad guy. No, you see what appears to be at a very quick glance, like there's literally like looking like half a head around the corner, so you don't see the main body. But what appears to be a youngish woman wearing maybe like a brown felt kind of like flat cap, and it's kind of like mousy brown hair, and it's just staring, watching you, and probably notices that you clock them and just pulls back.
Ooh.
Hang on, Tali's go. She's just.
Okay.
Going.
So you're running back. Okay. I'll have you roll another perception check.
Flat roll or?
Yeah, flat roll. It's gonna be contested against their stealth check again.
Ooh, alright. I got an 18.
18. That beat their roll. So as you run around the corner, they aren't where they were, but you see them. And you see full body now. They're wearing kind of like a duster level coat a little bit, and they have a backpack on them, which has like scrolls hanging out of it, and they just run into a side alley, like a little side alley or street.
Could I try and follow them? But like, not. She doesn't want them to know that she's following them.
Okay, then you need to roll a stealth check.
Okay, I don't want to get too far away from the group, but also like, Tali's pretty on edge at the moment because she doesn't know who's gonna come after Chad.
Yeah. So roll me a
Yeah.
stealth check. You might have disadvantage in this because your armor.
No, I don't
Okay,
have.
you're fine. You're not that heavy.
I have the. I don't think I have. Heavy
Yeah, it would say
armor.
D on the stealth if you
Alright, stealth.
your armor isn't that armor. It's fine.
6.
6.
Yeah.
You try your best, but
Okay, I can
like,
still
with the-
follow them though.
with the glaive and the like what armor you do have, there is obviously a lot of clinking across cobblestones. You run down into the alleyway, and you can see that they are running down an alleyway away from you.
Hey! I'm not gonna hurt you. Just please stop.
Has
Done.
Brask seen any of this? Like, is it?
Yeah,
I'm thinking, is it like
I
the
think-
other? Is it the alleyway, the other side of the building he's on, or something?
Didn't
Sure,
we
why
go
not?
backwards though?
You're running backwards, yeah, but
Isn't-
you would have seen this. Like Tali,
Okay.
again, not stealthy, unfortunately. So all of you would have sort of seen and heard this, and Brass, you got the best view on this. But Tali, roll me a persuasion check.
Yeah, I can do this. This is fine. Oh, it is fine. 16.
16, okay. So you shout, "Please stop!" and you just hear this. The running slows, and just like, "Damn it!" And the person just turns to face you. And this is someone you don't recognize. You see a younger woman. Looks to be like late teens, so very similar age to most of the party. It's kind of short, brown hair. Again, like it's a flat cap, a backpack, and it's kind of like leather duster kind of coat. Wearing fairly like worn-ish clothes.
Are you okay? I didn't mean to. Why are you running?
I usually do a better job of this. Well, I was trying not to be seen by you, and I've clearly done a awful job of that.
It's fine. Look, I'm Tali. My name is Tali. What's wrong
Of
with-
Small and Mighty. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm doing a bad job of this. Like I usually don't
you know
talk,
me? Us?
talk to the people. Sorry, my manners. My name is Jenny. Jennifer Adler. I'm a reporter for the Dowbridge Bystander. And she holds out a hand towards you.
Sure. Yeah, she shakes her hand. Why were you following us?
Well, no one is really looking into what's happening with the missing gnomes and dwarves in this town. And I caught a rumor that you found one and returned one back home too, the dwarf as well. So I wanted to find out what was going on, and I wasn't sure if I don't know. You seem lovely. You seem very lovely, but you know you're a mercenary company, and you could have been scary and horrible. So I wanted to watch you first to see if you were nice, and if you were nice, I was going to come talk to you and ask if I could maybe interview you to find out maybe more about what's going on, and if you have any answers about where the gnomes and dwarves are disappearing. People talk about it all the time. It's been in the newspapers, but no one knows what's happening, and I wanna help. I want to do something.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is good. This is great. I'm glad you also are interested in finding out what's happening with this.
I'll say at this point, if anyone else wants to catch up at this point, they're more than welcome to.
Chad is
Pebble catches up.
Is
Definitely.
absolutely
Oh no!
gonna get involved in this.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh.
I'll say you catch up enough that or at least close enough that you do hear her introduce herself as Jenny, a reporter from the Dowbridge Bystander. Which I imagine makes Chad like hasten his run a little bit. So like a reporter interview. So yes.
Rask would just be like on the edge of the building above, just peeking down.
Yes. Absolutely.
Chad's gonna be like, and has Chad heard of Jennifer Adler?
Ooh, roll me a history check.
It's not 11.
11. No, you have not heard of Jennifer Adler.
He's going to
things like newspapers as well. Like again, Brattonshire and Dowbridge is slightly more technologically advanced than like Riverdan, so there wasn't really things like newspapers and stuff back where you're from. You obviously have like bards and poets and town criers and that kind of thing, but like reporters is something you're like, especially for 13, you're kind of on the border between the two nations, so some of that sort of stuff is starting to like eke its way back into Riverdale. So like newspapers and reporters and stuff like that you would be aware of them, but this isn't some famed reporter you've heard of.
That's fair. Chad's immediately turning on the charm.
Of course.
He's like, oh, hi. Are you from the media? Hi. My name's Chad. He's gonna kind of like sort of squeeze in front of Tarly. Gonna take Jennifer's hand.
Yep.
And like, name's Chad Renethius, the 13, the third. You can call me Chad. And he's gonna go for a hand kiss. Kind of like a bit of a
No.
at your service. You must have heard of our excellent work. I'm kind of the leader around here.
Kind of like not starstruck, but kind of like flummoxed to the point where she doesn't resist, but she's not like clearly. It's not like it's non-consensual, but it's kind of just like, yes, of course. Jennifer Adler, I'm pleased to meet you. And just kind of like confused by the interaction.
Yeah.
Probably just push Chad aside to like stand in line with him.
Yeah.
So you said that you want to interview us. Of course, you want to interview. We're excellent, and we've been doing such great work, and we'd love to have your help with getting the word out about how absolutely wonderful we are.
Yeah, you can see the whole time you're explaining that she's trying to talk, and she just keeps getting talked over. She's like, yes, of course. Like I said, I'm so sorry. This is awfully embarrassing. Like I said, I usually don't.
We've lost.
My Discord froze. There we go.
You're back.
You're back.
You said we usually don't.
Yeah, I usually don't. I don't get seen. I usually much better. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, I would like to talk to you all first, but you seem like you were in a rush to get somewhere. I don't
yeah,
want to...
I would just say right now is maybe not. We don't have the time to dedicate to an interview with you right now because we have people to help Chad. But Jenny, if I may, Tali, Jenny, you could come to our sort of base of operations. Please hold while I figure out.
Five fellows.
Five
Five
fellows.
fellows,
What?
that's the one. Yes.
Chad's gonna be like, oh, but even like before Jenny has a chance to respond, he'll be like, oh, yeah, even better idea. Why don't you, first-hand experience. We're on the job.
Oh no.
Why don't you come and come along?
no,
Well, you can
no,
you can win. You can give us a
no,
great
no.
write-up in the
That sounds
paper.
like a great idea. Like,
That'd be
no,
amazing.
No.
to see the heroes of Lowbank in action. That's
Jenny?
a wonderful idea.
Jen, may I call you Jen?
Oh. Fuck.
She's getting a little flow. It's like, sure, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, if I could just
No, Jenny.
See you-
Jenny. I don't. Tali doesn't want to be rude. Tali likes you. You seem nice, and we want to work with you. But we don't know. We the situations we get into can be kind of dangerous, and Tali doesn't want to put you at risk.
Ollie, look at it. This is Jen Adler we're talking about here. Look, she can clearly
She's
handle herself.
a
She'll be
civilian.
safe. We're
Chad.
here. We'll be there. And it's just a little job. We're just kicking some.
No,
I
Chad.
mean, we're helping some civilians, Jen. That's what we're here to do. We're helping people.
We don't need. We don't need.
This is. You'll get such a great. We'll get a great write-up, Tali.
We can get
It'd be
a
great.
great write-up when there's not people who need our help.
I think it's up to Jen. I'd be happy with her coming
again.
along.
As you were talking, she's trying to butt in, and she's like,
Yeah.
just to speak for myself and not to be disrespectful to you, ma'am. She reaches into around the back of her coat and she pulls out what appears to be a dagger. It's like, to be a journalist in Lowbank, need to know how to look after yourself a little bit. So not that I like getting involved, but I'm unfortunately not a stranger to danger.
Can I do a perception check?
Lunge off the roof. Yes, absolutely. Roll a perception check.
Oh,
I
this
just
is
want to see how much of what's going on Brask is actually understanding.
Following. Yeah.
18.
18. Well, sorry. Are you trying to? If you're trying to understand what's going on, it's probably more of an insight check.
Okay.
Which I think you're proficient in anyway, so it'll be the same, isn't it?
Perception and insight
Yeah,
are both
it's
plus
the
3.
same.
Yeah, it would be the same.
An
Yeah.
18. So yes, you don't mistake her drawing a weapon as a aggressive sign. You're picking up on what's going on here. This is not that you understand the term reporter or interview,
Yeah, that was my question.
but you're starting to get a sense of almost like an ally, I guess is what you're kind of figuring out here. There's someone who's
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like,
then,
Chad is trying to recruit an ally again, and Tali's trying not to recruit an ally. Is probably where your mind is going.
Brask jump down and just be like really welcoming and be like, "Friend!"
Roll me an acrobatics check. See
Just
how
lands
well
on
you
his
jump
face.
off of what is at least a
A
two-story
rooftop.
building.
Oh,
Superhero landing.
What do we get?
I got a natural 1.
Oh God!
Oh, yes!
Jenny dies because Brask falls on her.
So Brask is now dead, and I'll be playing Jen for the remainder of the game.
Yeah!
So you go to stand up and jump up, and basically there's like you put a foot on like a piece of gutter work, which then just sort of snaps, and you just go and just go straight down, landing completely face first onto the cobblestone streets. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you just go BAM!
Oh,
Yeah,
On the streets
oh my,
behind
6 points!
uh,
That's like a lot!
I rolled. I
Yeah.
should have been higher. I rolled very badly. But Jenny grabs her dagger and turns around. Just like,
It's fine.
oh,
Brask.
it's
It is with us.
Chad's gonna take the as part of like as Tally's like it's fine. Chad's gonna actually just reach out and touch Jen on the shoulder and be like, look, it's fine. Don't worry, Jen. He's with us. Yeah.
Brask will just weakly go, friend.
Oh no!
You see Jenny put the dagger away. It's like, that's okay. Okay, I have seen. I've been watching you for a little while. I don't think you spotted me, but I was in the Five Fellows this morning, watching you.
You didn't see me working out, did you?
No, I was. I mean, I don't
Christ.
think so. I came in when the pub opened. Like, I didn't.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would have been after I did my 3,000 pull-ups. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, but again, gee, I can say back. I'm not looking to get into a fight. I just would like to observe and like.
We don't know what the situation is. And I don't know if will be uncomfortable. A fairly, renowned such as yourself.
Sarah,
It'll
you're
cut out
cutting off.
slightly.
You're cutting off like a lot on my.
Okay.
On my
Well,
end,
I
so-
don't know what to do about that. So.
No, you're sounding
You're
great.
back. You're back.
I think it was just a little
Okay.
quiet.
Okay.
Just say the same thing again.
My brain. The general just was. We don't know what the situation will be. So I don't know how comfortable, the people we're going to will feel having such a renowned, competent reporter such as yourself.
There's a look on her face when you say it. Like, I mean, that's very flattering, but I'm not a renowned reporter. I'm trying to.
Oh.
This is maybe my big break. Like I'm
Not renowned yet. Not renowned yet.
That's the ideal. No, I'm fairly new at the Bystander and trying to get my first story published. And you guys, you sound promising. Like Lowbank doesn't have heroes, people looking out for other people. And so I heard a rumor that a group rescued some kidnapped people. They helped someone. Like that, I want to know more, and I want to spread that story.
Tell you what. Come with me. Yeah, come with us. Yeah, you can stick with me. If Tali's not happy with you coming along, stick with me. I'll look after you if we get into any trouble. When we go in, we can have that, and we can do part of the interview.
Chad,
You can have a direct interview with me while we're on the job. I think that. Tali, you try. I can look after.
I don't doubt you can, but do you not think it would be better for Jen to come with me, considering everying?
Right. Yeah.
I have,
Chad-
I can.
Chad-
I have.
Chad is
feelings
going
for
to.
beauty.
Chad is going to do his best to how do I say it? He's going to do his best to try and convey to Tali that his interest in Jen is not vampiric in nature.
She doesn't care. She doesn't trust you. But
Yeah,
He's in this for like this is a chance at like glory, and also he probably fancies Jen, but he's not like I want to be alone with her so I can suck her blood. I want to be alone with her so that she can write a
Tell
nice
my
article
story.
about her and I can try and charm her some more.
I'll
how would Chad try and
how do you convey that?
convey that? Yeah.
I don't think.
yeah,
you...
I guess this is
Can,
a
right?
persuasion check from Chad, and then we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
This is like a
Start-
wink, just to
We'll do
make
this
it
one
more
roll at a
creepy.
time.
That
Oh,
is
no.
a 15.
Oh,
15, okay. And then Tally, roll an insight check.
All right. I can do that. A natural 20.
Okay.
wow! God, you're rolling really well.
Yes. So what I'll say is, we'll do it this way. You have both rolled sufficiently high enough that
To understand each other.
You are,
Understand it,
yeah.
okay.
You have an understanding. Like Chad is the fact that Chad isn't like he obviously confided in you and about his worries about being a vampire. Chad isn't showing those worries here, and those are like that apprehension, and that is making it clear to you this isn't about the vampire thing. This is about something else. This is more traditional Chad than it is New Age Chad.
That's fine. Although I feel like Tally doesn't care because he might eat her.
Yeah, absolutely doesn't change your response.
He might not
Also,
be
yes.
worried now.
Yeah, that doesn't. Just because you understand what Chad is actually meaning doesn't mean that changes anything about how you're acting.
Look, Chad. How about you will have plenty of time to talk to Jenny when we get back. But for the purposes of right now, maybe we should just come along with me, and you can come along with us. We'll just go as a group. How about that?
I mean, yeah. Jen. The one thing you should know about us, the Small and Mighty, is we're fantastic team players. We always stick together as a group, and we would be going around on this job, which would be a completely easy, peaceful job anyway. We would be going around as a job anyway. So yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Jenny,
But if we happen to get separated, then I can look after you. It's absolutely fine.
Jenny, I would appreciate. Tali would appreciate it if you could just try not to get yourselves into danger. Maybe try to just.
I always do my best to avoid it. Like it's not. Again, I don't like having to fight. I just can defend myself if I need to. But that's all I was asking for. Is I don't want to get involved. I want us to stand back. I just want to. I said, see heroics and tell your story. That's all I'm looking to do. Maybe bring a spark of joy back into.
I do have. Look, you're welcome to come, I guess, if you must, and take notes. But Tali wants to read anything you write about us before you do anything else with it or show it to anybody.
It's just down on me as well as Unai, so that's how slow I am today. That we're gonna be using magic, and she's gonna be there. Oh no!
I'm sure
It's okay.
you can.
I can
appreciate
authorize it.
We don't.
It'll be perfectly legal with me. Yeah, don't worry, guys.
It's not a problem.
we don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves, and we'd like to be in control of what the general public know about us.
Yeah. I think that sounds very reasonable. I could do that, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Do cameras exist in this?
Oh god.
I
They
think.
wouldn't, right? Or...
Like,
Haven't
does she
decided.
just have?
Possible?
If they
Yeah.
did, they wouldn't be portable. There would be the kind of old school stationary, stand in front of it kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I think I had thought about this a little bit before, and I think I do want them to exist, but she wouldn't have a camera. Like, it's not a thing.
That's fair.
They're a big, like, stationary thing to set up. So
Cool.
Cool.
Excellent. Well, we're agreed. Welcome to Small and Mighty.
But no,
Jen.
which
No.
is not part of the. I don't mean to
Tali,
be disrespectful. but
Everyone
she's
in
not
everyone in
part-
Dower Bridge is part of Small and Mighty.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that right, Jen? Yeah.
Small and mighty isn't a name; it's a state of mind.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a the real Small and Mighty is the gems that we meet along the way. Like.
Oh no.
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Can Brass just like draw some attention to himself and be like, we should go, guys.
Yes, brass, correct. Thank you.
yes.
Right.
So
go.
yeah, your 5-minute walk concludes after half an hour. So yes, no, you make your way back out the alleyway and back to finish your journey. You see that Jen does follow, no longer stalking behind you, but she's walking a little bit behind you as the group. and you make your way, across a few more streets, and eventually you make your way into this cul-de-sac. You see something that you probably weren't expecting. Well, not that it's a problem. This cul-de-sac is clearly in party mode. You see like bunting and banners everywhere. You see there's tables where people are setting up food and things, and people are out wearing these kind of like brightly coloured clothes and all sorts. And there seems to be this kind of like party attitude going on. And you can see that this cul-de-sac, loads of like small houses and businesses kind of seem to curve around in this kind of, obviously like a large cul-de-sac. It seems to be almost like double layered. Like there's buildings around the outside, and then there's like a small circle of buildings in the center. There is also a fountain near the center of the cul-de-sac where you can see a lot of like tables and food and stuff being brought around.
Cool.
Is the eel not by the docks?
No, you're thinking of the Rancid Otter.
Ah, yes, I am. That's true.
No,
Right.
this is the one up north. If we look at the map, also for the people in the chat. Hey, people in the chat. This is the eel.
Gilded
the
Eel.
thingy.
It's to the north.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That's the one.
Cool.
But no, it's not the one down at the docks.
Right.
And you do see that kind of in the kind of far distance towards the back of the cul-de-sac. You can see this dilapidated old rundown building with this kind of wonky sign that does say the Gilded Eel on it. But you can see that building is completely boarded up. You can see there's like boards of wood hammered into every window, and there's no glass. And you can see that things have been set up in front of it for this party attitude. And one thing you do spot. Go on. No, go on.
I will ask Jenny. What is this?
Oh, I no idea. I wouldn't
Is this-
normally
oh.
come here. It looks like a party.
Okay.
Is this like how does this? Interesting. And do the people people are partying, right?
Is it a party? Yeah, it looks like they're setting up for a party.
How official does it look?
Oh, roll me a perception check or insight. We'll do one. Everyone
I
can
don't
join
know.
in this if they would like.
Yeah.
If they're interested.
Is it perception or insight, or is it?
Either. We'll do either.
It's fine.
That's insane.
I'm equally proficient in both, or not really too much. Okay, so I did a 15.
I also got a 15.
Okay.
Oh,
20.
Oh,
20.
I love how
okay.
Brass is going to be the one who knows.
Yeah, I've got to figure out
that's
how that
fine.
works. We'll come back to that. Christina got 4, so you don't know. What did Chad get?
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, my lights just decided to go. Was that a history check?
No, this is
No.
perception or insight.
Perception or insight?
History. How long has this party been going?
I'll roll for
15.
roll for Jenny as well. You know, Jenny got a natural 1. She's too busy watching you guys.
So 15.
15. Okay.
Chad.
So yeah, Christina, you don't know.
Yeah.
you're
I'm excited.
yes, that's basically you're taken up in the moment. Like you're like, oh, a party. So fucking get in there. Chad, Tali, and Pebble. As you're scanning around, so this doesn't. Yeah, there's some nice bunting.
sure.
It doesn't
Nailed
look like
it.
when you ask official, like it doesn't look like it's put on by the city. This looks very much like it's been put on by the inhabitants of this cul-de-sac. You can see people coming out of houses with food and staying on. Like it's almost like a street party for the entire the residency here.
Right, but not the squatters, right? It's just like so.
Well,
It's
these
not put
might-
together by the squatters.
These
no.
might be the squatters.
Yeah, it's it's potential that everyone here could be squatters, but apart from the Gilded Eel, the buildings here, the rest of them don't look the same sort of state. They do look like they're in function. They look like they're normal
Okay.
houses. It is, as far as you can tell, only the Gilded Eel that looks like it's run down and kind of old and barricaded. As what you notice as you're looking around, I'll come back to Brass in a second. There's something else you three notice. You're looking. It's not official, but you do see what appear to be on some of the banners is some writing, and some of them just say like "Happy Birthday, Victoria."
Okay.
We see a lot of those, which is nice. And then a couple catch your eyes because they say "A Happy 111th Birthday, Victoria."
Wow.
Oh.
That's a lot.
which is, as you quite rightly know, is very old for a human.
Even
If
like
a human.
and even more with the technology that our world lives with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like you live in a very disease-ridden city, especially the
Yeah,
part
well,
of the
as
city you're
well.
in. So that's a crazy age to live to. If they're human, obviously, if they're dwarf or something like that more reasonable.
I understand.
But those you do see pretty much predominantly humans walking around this street. And for you, Brask, with your very high perception,
Suddenly.
something you notice about the people of this cul-de-sac that you've not seen really of people so far in the city is A, they're all humans as mentioned. Traveling around the city, especially in Low Bank, a lot of the people here are unfortunately not in the best health. They have, like blemishes, colds, they coughing and sneezing, scars, boils, all this sort of stuff. Every single person in this cul-de-sac is in immaculate health. They all seem to stand up very straight. They all seem like they have completely flawless skin. Everyone here looks incredibly healthy.
And do the houses reflect that as well? Like, are these? Is this cul-de-sac like very, very well maintained? Besides,
the cul-de-sac is fairly well maintained. It's not like pristine. Like there's still bits of grubby bits. It doesn't look like it's in like out of place in the city. It just looks like a nicely maintained cul-de-sac.
So it's basically like walking around Chelsea, where you can see still like some mackies left over in a corner, but it's like nice.
Yeah, a bit like that. Like you still see like one of the houses has some plants in the front, and some of them are dying, some of them aren't. Like it's not like this. It seems to be just the people who are in pristine health. The actual place itself is fairly well maintained, but it's not like not unusually so.
Cool.
Are there any, like, how if you had like a street party where you close down a street or whatever, you maybe have like one or two like community support police officers, like are there any of those around or anything the equivalent of that?
No, you don't see anything that you recognize as like members of the guard here.
Okay.
Again, this doesn't seem to be an official capacity thing. This just seems to be something that the street's putting on.
That's kind of nice.
You say everyone's sort of suspiciously in excellent health.
Yes.
Would they look? And this is something I don't know how we explore. Do they look especially delicious?
Oh no!
Oh no, Chad!
I think
How
that's
red are
up to
their
Chad to
cheeks?
decide. I think that's up to Chad to decide. I will say, maybe more a point of like, it's not maybe they look especially delicious, but considering that your first meal was a terribly diseased man, for some pristine prime meat, that might be a treat.
I think the thought crosses Chad's mind, and he sort of like kicks it out of his brain as quickly as he can. It's sort of like, I bet their blood would be nice. Nope.
Did you say it out loud? Can you imagine?
No, probably not.
I doubt that's out loud.
I could do a wisdom saving throw.
No,
that's fine.
Not to let yourself do yourself dirty like that. You can keep these thoughts internal, at least for the moment.
But he's gonna go through his brain and be like, no,
I mean,
maybe
you are getting hungrier. That's the mind takes by, but at the moment you'll manage to keep it in mind. But you stand before you in the street, and it's like, although there is obviously a lot of like tables and things, and some of them maybe looks like they're setting up kind of like a small stage almost, like a bunting, where like nothing here is preventing you from getting to the Gilded Eel. Like you could easily walk to it. It does occur to a few of you that this is the kind of cul-de-sac where you're obviously the outsiders, and they're going to spot that. But again, there's nothing stopping you just going straight to the Gilded
so well.
I was gonna. Hello. I was gonna ask. Is the Gilded the Eel thingy? Is the pub shut? How shut is it?
Very. Like all the doors are boarded shut, and the windows have been placed with wood and boards. Like it's all closed down.
So we will get like attention also if we try to.
Might be another
unless there's like a doorway that's still fine, like you'd be pulling boards off the window. Like you need to go explore it more, but it probably like, and even though like obviously, you see people setting up the street. People aren't going up to the Guildhall; they're kind of walking around it because it is just a dead pub
Yeah.
in the middle of it.
Hmm.
So walking up to it in of itself might draw attention.
Fair enough. So we have to be.
I mean, Tali is just gonna sort of continue forward
Mhm.
because it's a
Yeah,
party.
right. Asquith too. He sees no threat.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And he's an officer of the law.
Yeah, absolutely, you're fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, you start walking across this party street towards the Gilded Inn. And
Tali
I'll
will
just-
have a hood up, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
that's
as
fine.
a side-
Makes sense. You see Jen is following you as well, just kind of looking around. She hasn't quite clocked that something weird's going on quite yet, but I'll say one last thing that you pick up on her, with you four in particular, again, not Christina, unfortunately. You can see as you're making your way through, you see quite a few people are... there's a small crowd formed around this one particular woman. Looks to be in her sort of 70s, a little bit more matronly. People are talking to her, and maybe like she's kind of like... looks like she's coordinating things.
Mm.
And then you just catch a middling conversation like, where would you like this, where would you like this, and
Ooh.
okay, and then you kind of just catch one line that kind of sounds like okay. Also, Vittoria, go sit down. It's your birthday. You shouldn't be up and about.
And she's human, right?
She's human
Or looks human.
and looks about maybe 70-ish. Definitely not 111.
The
Yo.
Philosopher's Stone. Sorry.
That is where we will end today's session.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Damn.
Wow.
Weird, mysterious street party.
All the best street parties are mysterious and weird.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
That's
Weird local customs are just living to 111.
yes.
Whatever
11 to-
Victoria, whatever face cream she's on, I'll have some.
Yeah. Victoria's 11th birthday.
This is her secret. This is Victoria's secret.
Yes.
Hey!
Ah!
Yes. Victoria's Secret. That's the title.
Dermatologists hate her.
That is the title of this one.
Dermatologist.
Sorry.
That's definitely the title of the
Click
next
here for
episode.
the Italian year.
Probably, yeah. Cool. Nice.
Just to be a pain to slightly ruin the joke, it's Vittoria. There's no C in it.
Oh, sorry.
It works. It works.
Why
Extra
is that
flair.
relevant? Like, why can you not change it? No, it's fine. Don't change it for that.
Can't just change her
Yes.
name.
We're
Let's just change the name after I
Adam-
made up the character.
We're going to start a petition to change the name of the character that you made
This
up.
random character you've only just met.
Change.org, you know. I'm gonna open up like one of the government petitions as well. Also,
Gov.org.
yes, Vitoria without the C is a city where I'm from.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lord is this city.
Hmm?
111. Oh my god!
Anyway,
Anyway, but yes, there we go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to met Jenny. The weird conundrum about what do you do with a reporter
Yep.
when you're a group of
Chad's-
magical felons.
In Chad's
Apparently, we
case,
just bring him along. That's
yeah. In
fine.
Chad's case, try and seduce her. Like, fine.
I know. You know, Tali's just gonna have to spend her whole time like cock blocking Chad who doesn't eat anybody. Like, no, you can't be alone with Chad.
Oh my god, that's like a whole thing.
Yeah, it is because she's not gonna let you be alone with a woman, like, or anybody, to be fair.
Oh.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
sure.
No
You
girlfriends
did-
or boyfriends
you
for
did.
Chad.
So
Pep-
you literally would have said, "Please help me not eat people." So that's what
Because I
Tali's
might
gonna
not be able
do.
to control myself.
Oh
So
my god.
Tali will oblige. Don't you worry.
This is what I enjoyed about this session was like last one at the end of it especially was like very like solemn and characterful for Chad of like very honest and open and like about his emotions, and this is just like original recipe Chad at 200%.
Yes.
He's just,
He's back, baby.
he's just trying to be normal for a change.
yeah. And failing. As we
On
all
the note
are.
of role playing and stuff, Ryan, you need to give out the inspiration token.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna, because of the dragging Jen along and fully, completely in character but chaotic actions, up to and including the morning routine. With all the press ups. I was gonna pass it to Chad.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Very well
Yep.
deserved.
Chad,
Cool,
you have
cool.
the inspiration token for next session.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
But if he uses it to murder and eat Jen,
Yeah,
then
we're
I
bad.
will.
I was going to say,
We can hold me accountable for that.
Risky business giving Chad the inspiration token.
yeah, you're either going to murder and eat Jen or just flirt with her using a hero inspiration. Just no.
Oh God, what have I done?
You're an enabler,
use
you.
it on the best charisma check, the most seductive charisma check ever.
It's like Tangled style, just like a.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, but good. So, good. We'll see what that comes of that next time.
Oh yeah.
But
Charlie's gonna like explode, like just
Yeah.
like trying to stop Chad every time he like, touches anybody. He's like, no.
oh dear.
You know, Chad is absolutely he's gonna take that the wrong way.
Yes, 100%. Yes, it's gonna be terribly awkward. Yes, good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Lovely.
it.
Good. But anyway, so
Yeah.
Lord.
thank you everyone for watching our fucking chaos.
Thank you. Yay.
I hope you all enjoyed today's game, and obviously if you did, you can see us again here in 2 weeks' time. If you subscribe and all the things you need to do, you'll be told when we go live. You can also watch our last session is on YouTube. You can watch that now. This session will be on YouTube next weekend. You can also follow us on Twitter if you'd like, at Smitey Games, to hear about stuff or tweet things, tweet out clips, that sort of stuff. But that's it. So we've been Small and Mighty. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Go on, Will. Will, you want to say something?
Just before we go, I think
Yeah.
you say did I see that did we get new followers today?
We did get new followers.
did.
Today. Yes, we have. So thank you very much to our new followers.
Thank you.
We did gather 4 gathers and Dead Pirate Dan. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Again.
More, bring more.
Yes.
Bring our friends. But yes, so that's been us, Small and Mighty, and we'll see you next time.
Catch you.
Bye.
Bye.